Testing. 1, 2. Y'all got me? Yeah. You got me.
It's that time of year again. The Connecticut high school football season is winding down, but once again, Darien and New Canaan will face off in the Turkey Bowl. This year, the game returns back to Dunning Stadium, and both these teams are looking to take home the trophy. Folks, it's the biggest game in the state of Connecticut, and as always, we're ready for it. Welcoming you to the DHS Stadium Field, joined alongside Owen Heffron and Thomas Aponte. This is our third edition of High School Dame Day on DAF Media Network. We are closing in on Turkey Bowl 29, and Owen, soon enough, we'll be right back out there at Dunning Field for the most highly anticipated matchup of the year.
Yeah, Liam. I mean, the pinnacle of high school football in the state of Connecticut. This Thanksgiving tradition always brings out a big crowd, so this year definitely going to be exciting to see how this rivalry unfolds.
Indeed, and this year the Turkey Bowl is back in New Canaan, being played once again at Dunning Field, a beautiful venue for high school football.
Yeah, it really is, Liam. This is such a great complex with a beautiful field that drops down from the entrance and gives fans an amazing view as they walk in.
Of course, the last time the Turkey Bowl was played at Dunning Field was in 2021. Darien came out in that one the favorite at 9-0. New Canaan was 8-1, and that game was a heavy defensive battle.
Yes, it was, Liam. 12-7 the final score in that game. One where a Darien offense that was hotter than ever just ran into a brick wall. Coming off 7 40-plus point wins, the Blue Wave was halted to a stop, with Jalen Lesperance's lone receiving touchdown not being enough to stop New Canaan, who put up 12 with a Vincent Cognito rushing touchdown and 2 field goals.
The eventual state champion of Darien got another shot at New Canaan back at Dunning. That one went a little differently.
Yeah, in that game, the Blue Wave defense is really the star of the show, with not only holding the Rams to just 28 yards rushing, but also forcing 5 turnovers that day. Their dominant play prevented the Rams from getting into any sort of offensive rhythm and put Darien's offense in many great positions, which allowed their offensive line and running backs of Ty Comiskey and Jeremiah Stafford to go to work and put up over 200 yards on the ground in all of Darien's 3 touchdowns that day, leading to Darien's commanding 24-10 win.
Now let's move over last year's Turkey Bowl. This one back at the Darien High School Stadium Field. And again, a very defensive-heavy battle. It was neck and neck the entire time. But again, New Canaan overcame the Blue Wave.
Yeah, and just like the year before, guys, another low-scoring affair, a 13-10 New Canaan win, and despite Rams quarterback Ty Groff's 2 fumbles, the offense got things done on the ground, with senior running back Hunter Telesco going for 82 yards and a touchdown, which would prove to be the deciding score of the contest. On the other side, though, a second quarter Simeon Dole rushing touchdown wouldn't be enough, as after halftime, the Wave put up 0 points, thanks to that Rams defense who had 8 sacks, an interception, and their special teams had a blocked punt.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here for High School Game Day on the DAF Media Network.
Yeah, Liam, we have some great FCIAC matchups on our hand, with the first one taking place on the Wednesday evening before Thanksgiving between the 1-8 Richfield Tigers and the 3-6 Danbury Hatters. Both these teams had disappointing seasons that have put them out of playoff contention, but with both these defenses struggling all year and the Danbury offense showing more signs of life throughout the year, Danbury will be the favorites in this one. Going way south to Greenwich High School, we see the 8-1 Staples Records take on the 9-0 Greenwich Cardinals in a much-anticipated matchup between 2 powerhouse teams. Sitting as the only undefeated team in the Class LL standings, Greenwich sits at the 1 seed in the Class LL playoffs. As for Staples, They currently sit as the 3 seed behind the Greenwich Cardinals and an 8-1 West Haven team who they lost to in Week 1. So far this season, the Cardinals and the Wreckers have displayed dominant offenses and defenses and have displayed dominance over any FCIAC team they've faced. So this will be an exciting matchup to see play out. Heading over to Fairfield's Tetra Davis Field next, we see the 6-3 Ludlow Falcons take on the 1-8 Ward Mustangs. The Falcons currently sit outside the playoff picture with a win and a lot of help needed in order to give them any chance of making the playoffs, while the Ward Mustangs find themselves eliminated from playoff contention and will look to get the upset against the Falcons at 10 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Moving on to the Battle of Stanford next, the winless West Hill Vikings take on the 6-3 Stanford Black Knights at Boyle Stadium. This game will, of course, be the Vikings' final opportunity to grab a win this season, but it will be a tough task against a very solid Black Knights team who have produced their first winning season since 2014 and have already clinched a spot in the Class LL playoff picture, in which they currently sit as the 6th seed. This game will also take place at 10 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Heading back up north to Trumbull High School's McDougal Field, the 5-4 St. Joseph Hogs will take on the 4-5 Trumbull Eagles. This is a must-win game for the Hogs as they currently sit in the 9th seed of the Class M playoffs. And as for the Eagles, they also sit outside the playoffs, Class LL that is, so a win and some help from other teams will be needed in order to give them a spot. This intertown rivalry will take place at 10 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Going over to Lewis Field in Bridgeport, one of the oldest rivalries will be taking place as the 0-9 Bridgeport Central Hilltoppers and the 3-5 Harding Presidents will match up for their 102nd all-time meeting. This game will also take place at 10 a.m. Thanksgiving morning and will add another hard-fought matchup in this rich rivalry between teams that will look to end their season on a high note. And our final 10 a.m. Thanksgiving matchup will take place between the 4-5 Brian McMahon Senators and the 3-6 Norwalk Bears. Of course, the Senators put up a hard fight against Darien in Week 2 right here on the DHS Stadium field, in a game where we saw them take an early lead and stay right in it until the end when Darien found the end zone in the 4th quarter. This is a team that has displayed their success on both sides of the ball, making them a tough opponent for a struggling Norwalk Bears team that will look to get a win in their final game at Testa Field.
Certainly a lot of great games around the FCIAC for Thanksgiving morning, and we spoke to the captains of Darien and New Canaan. Of course, this game, a lot riding on this one, so we spoke to them. Let's hear what they had to say.
I mean, we've been watching it, like all of us, since we were young. DJ Fell coming out to these games, it's surreal being able to play in it and hopefully being able to take down New Canaan. And we have the team that's ready. We've been practicing all year. So, every single time it's win the Turkey Bowl, win the Turkey Bowl.
Canaan's a great team, so we have to expect a lot from them. We have to make sure we bring our A game, and I think our coaches have set us up well. We're expecting to do well in this game. Hopefully come out with a win. And
obviously both teams are very well prepared, very successful historic programs, so that just continues to add on to the emotions. And it's more than just a game. It's like
town versus town game. Really just spirit and pride that you have for your town, going out with your brothers and playing your hearts out.
And it means a lot. It means a lot to everyone. You can see that by the notes that all the alumni write back every year on the locker room. They put up in the locker room. That just shows kind of how much people care about the game.
I expect Darien's a really strong team. We know that. We know it's going to be a fight coming into it, but we expect to come out on top.
Yeah, since I started playing football 3rd grade, I've wanted to, be able to enjoy this game at home. Last hurrah as a senior with my friends.
Both towns show out. Everybody's yelling, they're screaming. It's just a really fun game to play, and you can't hear what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
It's unlike a feeling like any other. Really just the way the two communities come together, it's just really outstanding. You get around 5,000-6,000 people here just coming to watch you play. It's really just exciting how everybody comes together on Thanksgiving.
Home stands, you've been playing in this stadium your whole life, and just for the senior year, it just makes it extra special. So I'm really excited.
So now let's take a look at the offensive and defensive strengths for both these teams. Let's start out with the Darien offense.
Yeah, Liam, I really do love how head coach Andy Grant in his first year has this offense running. A lot of the plays are option-based, which means quarterback Ben Rolap looks for a quick short pass right after taking the snap, and if that isn't there, he'll most likely hand it off or keep it and run himself. Now let's talk some offensive weapons. The Blue Wave has a dangerous ground game with Captain Clifton Shelton, as well as recently Luke Caesar coming into his element in the backfield. Through the air, Darien has themselves targets in Will Bonner, Connor Lane, and of course, their big 2 tight ends, Kevin Roche and Charlie Tom, who each have multiple touchdowns on the year. The offense has certainly done their thing against some of the lower teams in the FCIAC standings, but coming off of 2 games versus Fairfield Ward and Bridgeport Central, where they both scored 49 points, they're going to have to prepare a little differently for their rival.
Yeah, this Darien offense has seen some struggles trying to put up points on the board, but now let's look over at the New Canaan side, and their offense has just exploded this season.
They really have, Liam. With an average of 38 points per game and 47 touchdowns on the year, this offense has shown itself as one of the most effective units in the state, specifically in terms of their dominant run game, which averages 6 yards per carry and 166 yards per game. This type of efficiency has allowed them to control the pace of each game and wear down opposing defenses, which have been major factors in their success this season. The Rams' pass game has also done a great job this year. With just a total of 2 interceptions thrown and an average of 10 yards per completion, they have been disciplined and efficient. Coach Marinelli has yet again done a great job in building an offense that maintains the New Canaan football identity of a dominant run game with a smart pass game, which has once more made them legitimate contenders this year.
Certainly New Canaan's offense has been a core part of their team, but now let's take a look at their very strong defensive unit as well.
And what a defense it is, Liam. Since that 26-23 Week 1 loss to Shelton, they've only allowed 52 points through 8 games, which is just over a touchdown per game, and allowing double digits points just once. If we move on to the players that make up the defensive squad, the Rams have 3 guys with at least 4 sacks and 3 guys with multiple interceptions. Their leader in picks, Alex Benevento, with 5, and get this, he also leads the team in total touchdowns with 9.
Yeah, so we can certainly see that both these teams are very strong on the defensive side. So now let's hear about the Darien defense.
Yeah, Darien's defense has been the heart of the team this season, making all the big plays in crucial moments and having the ability to force turnover after turnover, which has allowed them to turn the tide and momentum of many games in Darien's favor. The success of the Blue Wave defense against dominant New Canaan offense will be a key factor in allowing Darien to walk off Dunning Field with a win on Thanksgiving morning.
Indeed it is, but of course we cannot forget about the coaches on the sidelines. New Canaan legendary head coach Lou Marinelli facing off against Darien first-year head coach Andy Grant. So definitely polar opposites of coaches. Of course, Grant has been on the sideline as an assistant coach in recent years, but let's take a look at what they had to say about the upcoming Turkey Bowl.
What makes it so special is you have 2 very like communities that come together for this one day. And you know, when you walk out here in this field on Thanksgiving, and there's not a seat to be had, there's standing room only. They bring in stands, and you see both teams are so excited to play. I mean, the game last year was a classic. But it seems like every year it's a classic because you never know what you're going to get. So there's always a lot at stake. But even if we were both 0-9, I mean, we'd still pack the place because I think both communities, you know, take a lot of pride in their athletics, and they take a lot of pride in the kids that are on the field. So I just think it's become such a great thing.
I just think the rivalry is so close to home for every family. They have cousins, they have sometimes siblings that have started in New Canaan and moved to Darien or vice versa. Families are just overlapped. The friendships are overlapped. They play club lacrosse and club sports together. I think there's just a lot of familiarity with the communities, and they've played each other since kindergarten. And the history is huge. They've been playing this for 100 years or whatever the number is, and just continues to grow year by year.
This year, of course, Turkey Bowl going to be very important for both of these teams. Darien's trying to look to lock down a playoff spot. New Canaan has already qualified for the Class L. They currently sit in 2nd place. So both these teams, again, the Turkey Bowl, a lot riding on it. Darien's looking to take home a victory away. New Canaan has the home field advantage, so definitely a huge aspect on their side of it. But for high school game day, I'm Liam Tomaszewski, Thomas Aponte, and Owen Heffron doing a great job today, and can't wait to see you all at Dunning Field for Thanksgiving morning for Turkey Bowl 29.
Most storied rivalry in the FCIAC. Darien and New Canaan. Saying the 2 names together is enough to conjure memories and feelings of past battles in the everlasting war that these 2 townships fight, a war that has spanned a century. The rivalry of the FCIAC, blue and white against red and black, Darien and New Canaan. Doesn't matter the sport, doesn't matter the circumstance, but this always lives up to the hype. Separated by just 4 miles, but divided by more than a century of rivalry. As it's the blue and white against the red and black. Wave and Rams, Darien and New Canaan, pick your side, but pick carefully, as this rivalry is the pinnacle of any high school sports season. Simeon Dahl to Davis Jeff. Jeff, the fast break points is good. Just sends it back towards the middle, and that's a goal for New Canaan. Spins his way out of it. Brady Piccone with the goal.
A rivalry that matches all the way back into the 1900s, and no matter who's ranked what or what their records are, it's all thrown out the window.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to the Rams and the Darien Blue Wave. Myself, Greg Tomasco to my right, Liam Tomaszewski to my left, Ryan Bell coming to you down for our pregame show on the field. We'll be up in the booth calling this game later. Guys, let's get right into it. The Dunning atmosphere is insane. Well over 6,000 people expected to be in attendance today, and as we can see, people are already entering the stadium and starting to fill these seats. So obviously a nice 46 degrees. It's a clear sky, but it's a little bit chilly and there's a little bit of a breeze. So I don't think the weather's going to impact this one too much, but let's get right into it. Starting off, we're going to head to our sideline reporter, Eva Campbell, for an injury update to see who will not be joining us this afternoon on the field. Eva?
Hi, I'm Eva Campbell. I'm here, and I'm going to be one of your sideline reporters for tonight. Well, now let's get started on injuries. New Canaan has 3 major injuries, all of which will not be playing. Starting off with senior Charlie O'Connor, who broke his leg during the first game this season, and he's been out all season. Then we've got starting running back senior Dylan Pryor, who was injured, who fractured his leg, which was obtained from a game 2 weeks ago, which they played against Brian McMahon. The second one is against wide receiver senior Jack Wolpers, who fractured his growth plate last week during practice. Moving on to the Darien team, they also have 2 injuries. Both broke their collarbones at the game last week during a couple weeks ago against Greenwich, which Darien lost 14-30. The first one is star defensive back senior Ryan Guillermo, but he may or may not be playing tonight, so keep a lookout for him. And then the second one is quarterback senior Declan Cunningham, who will not be playing. All right, guys, thank you. Back to you guys.
Guys, let's get right into it. Our player comparisons for today. I can't wait for this one. Starting off with the running backs for New Canaan, it's Cooper Smith. For Darien, it's Clifton Shelton. Obviously for New Canaan, Dylan Pryor, the starting running back this whole season, is out with an injury, as Eva spoke on, so that's a huge loss for the Rams. Dylan Pryor has been electric all season. He's been one of the best players in high school football. He's been scoring touchdowns and really doing a great job, but Cooper Smith shares that touch load. And Ryan, what do you have on him?
Yeah, great. The loss of Dylan Pryor, it's going to hurt the Rams a lot today, but Cooper Smith is a very serviceable running back. On the season, 41 carries, 7.5 yards a carry. When he gets the ball, you know he's always going to be fighting for extra yards. 2 rushing touchdowns in their last game against Brian McMahon. Expect a lot from him today, Gray.
Look, and Cooper Smith is one of those players that is the top talent. He's one of the best players in the state. He's very fast, punt returns, amazing. He does everything right. He's such a smart player. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to find an open space in the field, and he knows how to score touchdowns. Moving on, Clifton Shelton from Darien. Liam?
Yeah, Darien senior captain Clifton Shelton, he's just been explosive this year. He's done really well, 4 touchdowns and 52 carries on the year. Overall, the Darien running game has been a little bit on hold this year. After last year, senior captain Jake Wilson did really well. So Darien running game is going to really need to be on their A game if they want to come out and grab the win today.
And guys, let's move on to the wide receivers for New Canaan. It's tight end Luke Reed, the do-it-all player. As you'll say, Ryan, he's a Swiss Army knife, a Taysom Hill, and he's the punter for the Rams too. What do you have on Luke?
Yeah, I like that term, Swiss Army knife, just like a Taysom Hill, right? Luke Reed, he plays tight end, receiver, running back. When the Rams go jumbo set, you'll see him line up in the backfield. Caught a trick play touchdown against Brian McMahon. Luke Reed's all over the field, 4 touchdowns this season, 161 receiving yards, and expect some rushing yards from him today too.
And let's move on to Darien's Kevin Roche. Liam?
Yeah, the 6'8" stature of Kevin Roche is no exaggeration. He's just been really great this year. 4 touchdowns, 325 receiving yards, 27 receptions. He's been the main primal focus of this offense. Andy Grant's offensive structure is get get the ball to Roche, and pretty much their entire offense, they have the weapons, but Roche has been the main focal figure of this Darien team.
And guys, both teams are very strong defensively. I think we all predict a very strong defensive battle today. So getting into it, our defensive players to watch out for: Alex Benevento, Briggs McGuckin. Starting off with Alex, obviously you'll hear his name tonight on both sides of the ball. The star player for the Rams, and really the star player for, I'd say, Class L state of Connecticut. Ryan, what do you have on him?
Yeah, great. Benevento is one of the best defensive backs, not only FCIAC, but in the entire state. He also does it on offense, but right here, just focusing on the defense. 22 tackles this season, 17 solo. A couple weeks ago against Bridgeport Central, he had not one but 2 pick sixes, which tied a state record. Expect Benevento to be all over the field today.
And look, you see that offensive ability in the number of interceptions. He has 5 so far this season, so he's not scared to play a little receiver on the defensive end and pick off some balls. Moving on, Briggs McGuckin, the Bowdoin lacrosse commit for Darien lacrosse, obviously very talented for football, one of the best players on this roster. What do you have on 6?
Yeah, senior captain Briggs McGuckin has not been shy on this defense this year. Last year as a junior, he was a wide receiver. This year, he's transitioned into that secondary defensive position. He's just been a really star player this year. 15 solo tackles, and he has a sack as a defensive secondary, and he just adds to his very great Darien defense.
And both these number 6s you're going to have to look out for in today's game, obviously with a lot of talent. Moving on, we'll go to our sideline reporter, Ryan Dahlquist, to talk about the strength of both defenses in this matchup. Ryan?
Oh, and welcome back here to the Darien sideline. My name is Ryan Dahlquist, bringing you some of the action. Right now, both teams inside, so not really the shot that we had in mind, but I'm going to take you through a little bit of what we're looking for here today at this Turkey Bowl. Darien now coming in 7-2, ranked 5th in the Class L state rankings. Talk a little bit about their defense. 110 points across the last 8 games. That's 14 points a game average. Not great, but that doesn't count their forfeit on week 1, so no shortage of athletes on that defense. We have the likes of Briggs McGuckin, Ryan Gately, Will Barber, Morgan Rupenstein, and of course we're missing Ryan Gerlamo, one of the great safeties here on this Darien team. Now their offense is a different story, putting up 232 points in the last 8 games, and that's going to be 29 point per game average from the likes of Ben Rolap, Kevin Roach, Connor Lane, 3 of our players to watch today. On the New Canaan side, coming into this one 8-1, ranked 2nd in Class L state rankings, just behind Naugatuck. Their defense putting up 52 points across the last 8 games. It's going to be 6.5 points per game average. Of course, a different strength in schedule, though, for the Rams. They've only played 1 top 10 matchup against Shelton week 1. That one ended in a 23-26 loss for the Rams. Some good athletes on that defense, though, the likes of Alex Benevento, Owen Leiden, and Thomas Garcia. Their offense with 323 points on the season, averages about 40 points a game, and that's from the likes of Luke Robinson, Alex Ruscio, Cooper Smith, and Luke Reed, some of our players to watch here for the Rams. That's all here from the sideline. I'm going to go ahead and send this one back up to the desk. It's been a pleasure. My name's Ryan Dahlquist, and sending this one back up to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Moving on, let's talk about our head coaches. Obviously, there is no comparison to Lou Marinelli, but we'll try our best to do that with Coach Grant here today. Lou Marinelli, Ryan, obviously, in my opinion, the greatest coach in high school football history here in Connecticut. What do you have on him?
Yeah, Lou Marinelli, surely one of the GOATs of Connecticut high school football history. 42 seasons, 18 Turkey Bowl wins, just one of the best all time, whether it's regular season, in the Turkey Bowl, or postseason. Lou Marinelli always has his guys ready.
And look, 13 state championships and 30 appearances is quite an amazing feat. Obviously, last year they added to that number, and the New Canaan Darien record, I mean, just shows for itself that experience Marinelli has in these rivalry games. These 28-16-1. I believe that was that tie back in 03 in the Turkey Bowl. So moving on, Liam, Coach Grant, obviously his first season for the Wave.
Yeah, it's really tough to compare to Lou Marinelli, but this year for Darien, they brought in new head coach Andy Grant, and overall he's brought a lot of energy to the sidelines. He's been the main focal point on that sideline, get the kids excited about going out into play. This year they're 7-2, so they've done really well in his first season. This year is definitely going to be a huge game for them.
And guys, moving on, let's talk about some Turkey Bowl history. Obviously, New Canaan won the last 5, as most of you know. Ryan, what do you have on those games?
Yeah, these last 5, but I'm going to focus on these last 2 low-scoring games. Last year was 13-10, 2 years ago 12-7, excuse me. So New Canaan, they always win these low-scoring battles, but something to note, those early games, 2017, 2018, back at Boyle, that's when Drew Pine was the quarterback for the Rams. Now it's going to be on the shoulders of junior Luke Robinson, so we got to see how he's going to be able to do.
And guys, obviously New Canaan 18 wins to Darien's 9 and the all-time Turkey Bowl record, but you know, this is really anyone's game, and when we say that, we do mean it. Anytime these two teams meet, it doesn't matter who the better team is, they can obviously perform at the same level, and that one tie back in 03. Liam?
Yeah, I mean, whenever it's Darien, New Canaan, Darien, it's always going to be a dogfight. I mean, we look at the Turkey Bowl, last 5 Turkey Bowls have gone in favor of the Rams all-time, Darien 9, New Canaan 18, but in this game, we cannot shy away from the fact that it's really anyone's game when it comes down to Darien and New Canaan. And last time that Darien won the Turkey Bowl back in 2016 was here at Dunning, so you really never know.
And guys, we're about to witness history tonight. If Tucker Stevens gets an extra point or a field goal, he could be the first player in Turkey Bowl history to score a point for both New Canaan and Darien, and maybe the first player in high school history to do so. So obviously Tucker Stevens, as many of you know, the starting kicker last year for the Blue Wave. He kicked for a field goal and an extra point in last year's Turkey Bowl, and this year he transferred over to New Canaan. He's been the starting kicker for the Rams, doing well all season, so we'll see if he gets some points on the board. He will be the first player to do that, and we'll all witness that history of, you know, there's a lot of tension on the field, both towns, of seeing a player transfer over, and the success he's had for the Rams so far and the success he's going to look forward to creating in the playoffs, obviously, and as they look forward to hopefully a state championship berth, you know, is going to be remarkable to watch. So moving on, we'll go to the FCIAC standings. We'll look at the Class L, obviously. New Canaan at number 2, Darien at number 5. The Rams so lost to Shelton early in the season. A lot of factors. Coach Marinelli elected to take no excuses, took the loss, and knew his team had to get better. And, you know, they really took accountability for that loss. Didn't, you know, make any excuses of the rain, the bus ride, and, you know, it'll be interesting. Obviously, New Canaan took down number 1 seed Naugatuck 17-7 last year, first round in the playoffs. So they're not scared to play anyone on this list. Ryan?
Yeah, you mentioned they beat Naugatuck in that postseason last year. Also in the Class L final, they took down Maloney. So a lot of teams on this list. New Canaan's already played. You mentioned they lost to Shelton that first game. Obviously playing Darien today. So New Canaan's going to have that edge on experience when they make the postseason.
And obviously Darien, a very talented team, 7-2 this year with a brand new head coach. So obviously an impressive feat. Liam, what do you have on them?
Yeah, a lot of dominant teams in this Class L. Just looking at the standings, Newtown lost to Massac last night, so they're going to drop to 4. But as for the Turkey Bowl, Darien and New Canaan have both qualified for the Class L playoffs next week. So this game, not a lot riding on in terms of state playoffs, but for today, it's just about the Turkey Bowl. That's both these teams' main goal, is try to take home that Turkey Bowl trophy and overall, and then focus on next week when the time comes.
And guys, every single football game has keys to the game, but tonight they're even more important than ever, as there is so much on the line, including town pride. Ryan, what are the keys for New Canaan?
Yeah, my first key for the Rams, you got to have a successful run game. Without Dylan Pryor, they have to establish it early on with Cooper Smith. Obviously a great offensive line for New Canaan, but Cooper Smith got to find the holes and get their rushing yards there. Second is capitalize on field goals. You know, Tucker Stevens, you mentioned coming over from Darien, he has missed a few kicks this year, so when the Rams enter the red zone, they have to end with 3 points. Lastly, New Canaan has to have a strong secondary. Alex Benevento, Michael Smith, Luke Bopp, just name a few. They have to stop that Darien passing attack, Grant.
And look, I have a lot of confidence in kicker Tucker Stevens. I think he'll perform well this afternoon, and obviously the Rams, as you said, are going to struggle a little bit, as Cooper Smith's going to have to take over all the carries to Dylan Pryor, and Dylan Pryor obviously such a valuable asset to this team to be able to take that workload away from some other guys who can work different positions. Moving on, let's go to Darien's keys to the game. Liam?
Yeah, Blue Wave's going to have to come out early on the offense. They have the weapons. They have Kevin Roche, Connor Lane, Luke Caesar. All the names have done really well this year, and for this game, they're going to have to gel and make those plays when needed. Second, they're going to have to establish the pass game early. Darien has a sophomore quarterback, Ben Rolap, who is available to make these big passes. He's really good. And then finally, they're going to have to continue the defensive pressure. They know how to apply pressure to the quarterback. They're good with the pass rush. Their secondary has been really strong all year. So if they want to make New Canaan in an uncomfortable position, they're going to have to really charge on the defense.
And Darien obviously just took the field. You can hear the crowd noise behind us and the players storming the field. Pretty impressive, coming out with the flags and in their white and blue helmets. So obviously looking forward to this very great game, a historic matchup, the 29th Turkey Bowl. As we said, let's get right into our score and win predictions. So obviously we got 2 red ties, 1 blue tie here. So we'll start off with you, Bell.
Yeah, you know, I don't have the headgear like Lee Corso, but I am going to have to go with the Rams to win this one. I'm going to go 20-13, a low-scoring battle like it's been the last couple years, but I think the Rams defense edges it out in the second half.
And Liam, who do you have in this one?
Yeah, so as the lone Darien analyst here sporting my blue tie, I have to go with the men in blue. I think that they've really gelled well together. They've come out a little bit slower in the season, but they've really progressed well. So I know the Turkey Bowl is going to be low scoring. Both these defenses are very strong. So I'm going to go with the Blue Wave winning 17-14.
And look, you know, in my opinion, from a statistics perspective, I think the Rams are the best team in the state. And, you know, obviously they've been very well this season. I think the Rams are going to take this one away, my alma mater, if you want to call it. So I think the Rams are going to win 20-14 in this matchup. I think a series of late touchdowns in the second half. So we'll see. Obviously, 3 great predictions, 3 realistic predictions. I think in a game like this, anything can happen. So obviously a lot on the line, town pride, Turkey Bowl trophy. You got the 29th, obviously a very big number, 97th overall matchup. So as we get closer to that 100 mark between New Canaan and Darien, there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of history building, as you'll see a little later in our Turkey Bowl over the years video later in this game. So obviously a lot on the line today, guys. Let's start off with your closing thoughts, Bell.
Yeah, my last thought, it's how junior quarterback Luke Robinson's going to play today. Obviously, he has not started and finished a game since Wilton. That was back on October 21st, the homecoming game. Maybe these first few drives just kind of ease him into a bit. Maybe even Alex Russi gets a few snaps. But as the game goes on, I got to see how Luke Robinson's going to do.
Moving on to you, Liam. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the energy here at Dunning is just electric. The Turkey Bowl is always the highlight of the year. I mean, Thanksgiving morning, it's beautiful out. I think Darien, they're coming into this game as the away team, maybe not as strong as the New Canaan Rams team, but I think if they get off early and put New Canaan in that uncomfortable position, the momentum's going to go to their sideline.
And look, it's pretty impressive that thousands of people will be showing up in the next maybe 20 minutes here. So it's really an awesome thing to see, and there's these two communities coming together. My last words before we go is it's just going to be on the 2 running backs for New Canaan today. Obviously, Cooper Smith and Dylan Pryor. Cooper Smith's going to have almost double the touches because Dylan Pryor's out, so he's not going to be able to take over that workload. Obviously, Cooper Smith is one of the better players on this team, if not one of the best. He can kick return, punt return, so we'll see what they can do in today's game, guys. That's all from us down on the field in our pregame show. We'll see you back in the booth after a few short messages. Thank you.
This game is sponsored by NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangio Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Support.
Out on the field, myself, Greg Tomasco, to my right, Liam Tomaszewski, and to my left, Ryan Bell, back here in the booth, ready to give you guys the call of today's game. Guys, I can't wait. It's obviously always a historic matchup when New Canaan and Darien play, and especially in the Turkey Bowl stage, it's really a remarkable thing. So I'm looking forward to every aspect of this game. I'm excited to see who's going to win. I'm excited to see who's going to play well. Obviously, a lot of people know the players playing, right? You've got all your friends in the stands, so there's a lot of pressure building up on your shoulders. How do you guys think these teams are going to deal with pressure? Starting with you, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, for New Canaan, they just got to kind of ease their way into this game. A lot of nerves, as you mentioned, with all these people watching the game, but that's the thing. You just got to be able to handle pressure. I think New Canaan's going to do that, especially with Lou Marinelli, as we mentioned in the pregame.
Yeah, this Darien team, I mean, they're coming in here. They're the away team, but just looking over at the stands, they're pumped up. I mean, you see the student section in the whiteout. This atmosphere at Dunning is electric, as we spoke in the pregame. And now there are no state standings for this game. I mean, both these teams have already qualified, so right now it's just all about the Turkey Bowl.
And as we said, over 6,000 tickets sold, so obviously the student section filling up for both teams, and actually it's quite impressive what the Rams were able to bring. I think this is their largest student section of the year, and quite possibly in the history. There's probably a lot of people home for Thanksgiving this year, so very excited for this game. The Rams in black, the Wave in white. Obviously, I think these are the best uniform combos for each team, so I'm excited for every aspect of this game. What are you guys looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start for New Canaan. I mentioned in the pregame Luke Robinson, just how he's going to do. Actually, we have the national anthem coming up, so I'll finish my thought after that.
And we will be back to you guys after the singing and playing of the Star Spangled Banner. And some remarkable camera work there from our guys down on the sideline. Guys, I got chills from that Star Spangled Banner national anthem singing. I can't wait for this matchup. A packed house. I'd say well over 6,000 people. So I really can't wait for this one to get going. Do you guys have any other thoughts before we go to kickoff?
Yeah, there's not many words to describe the feeling of Dunning Field right now. I mean, you have the white Darien over here, the black New Canaan over here on their sidelines. The student sections all came out, and it's Thanksgiving morning. I mean, you can't really get better than this in Connecticut high school football.
Yeah, it's, I mean, just perfect football weather right now. Both these teams, you know, biggest game of their lives right now with all these fans supporting them, whether you're Darien or New Canaan, just coming together and watching the spectacle.
Guys, obviously, as we take the field here, we have senior kicker Anson Sikora for the Wave. He's obviously been doing very well this season, so excited to see what he can do today, and if he can put some points on the board for the Wave, I think they'll be in a good place. As we get closer to this kickoff, guys. I think the energy of the stadium can feel it. I think the crowd can feel it. I think we're all getting chills up here in the booth. And got Cooper Smith and Alex Benevento back here to return. Cooper Smith, obviously our running back, and Benevento, our defensive, offensive guy. And we are underway, the 2023 Turkey Bowl. The kick to Benevento. Let's see what he can do with it. He returns, passes the 20. He's got a lane, and he's past the 40, 50. One man to beat. The 20, the 10. Alex Benevento, touchdown! Alex Benevento with the opening play in the Turkey Bowl. A touchdown! Silences the Darien crowd.
I mean, are you kidding me, Greg? Are we witnessing this right now? Alex Benevento opening kickoff. Beautiful blocking by the special teams unit for the Rams. New Canaan 6-0 lead pending the extra point.
And right there, I saw that play in practice yesterday. When we were training for that, Alex Benevento with the kick return goes for a touchdown on the first play of the game. What a statement by the New Canaan Rams.
You can't write a better script for the Rams on the opening play. 13 seconds into the game, they get on the board with 6, and who else but Benevento? I can't believe what I'm seeing.
I mean, we mentioned in pregame as a defensive back, even talking a little bit about offense, but, kick returner, punt returner, look at that. What a start for New Canaan.
And we'll see Tucker Stevens, as we said in the pregame, the Darien kicker from last season. If he gets this point, he'll be the first player to score a point for both New Canaan and Darien. The extra point, no surprises there, is good. 7-0 in the Rams' favor, 13 seconds into the game.
The Blue Waves going to really need to cool down after that one. That is a huge momentum cut for Darien. They were coming in here. The stadium was electric, and their section just got a little silenced after that huge run by Benevento.
And I think the biggest mistake on that play by Darien was kicking it to Benevento. I honestly think it'd be a better decision just to kick it out of bounds, or maybe get it shorter to one of those less impressive guys. You give it to Benevento, obviously you risk that happening. You give it to Cooper Smith, you're risking that happening. I think the play here is you're either getting it in the end zone or you're getting to someone else who isn't going to return it for an 80-yard return touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with that, Gray. I think for the rest of the game, maybe now Darien try and pooch kick maybe to one of those shorter guys on the special teams unit, because if you know Benevento's going to get the ball, he's trying to take it to the house.
Yeah, only 13 seconds off the clock, and New Canaan's already on the board. This Darien team's going to need one big adjustment.
Coach Marinelli getting his guys going on the sideline here. Obviously, the best start he's had to a Turkey Bowl. I think it's the best start you can have to a Turkey Bowl or a game in general. So that one, very impressive by Benevento.
Yeah, but we were talking about easing those nerves. That if you're New Canaan right now, everything's relieved off your shoulders with that 7-0 lead 13 seconds into the game.
And I think that just shows who Benevento is as a player and a leader. He's going to make plays like that really set his team up for success. Tucker Stevens on the kick here. As we said, he is now officially the first player in history to score a point for both New Canaan and Darien in a Turkey Bowl. And his kickoff is up in the air. That's back to number 20 for the Wave. And Hall gets taken down pretty hard.
Yeah, Thomas Hall, haven't seen him too much on the kick return. Junior defensive back, so getting a little bit action on the kick return.
And obviously Hall, the 5'8", 150 junior, it's tough to follow up a return after Benevento gets one, especially of that, impressiveness. So we'll see what Wave's going to be able to do here on offense. Rolap at quarterback, the sophomore.
Yeah, Rolap has big shoes to fill for Darien. I mean, senior quarterback Declan Cunningham and Rolap were sharing time at the quarterback spot. Cunningham went down injured at the Greenwich games. Rolap's
hand off to Caesar up the middle, a missed tackle, and a big hit by Garcia to bring down Luke.
Yeah, Thomas Garcia, he's going to be all over the field today. He might even get some snaps at offense at that fullback, maybe even halfback, but he's going to have a lot of tackles here.
Yeah, Luke Caesar has shared the running back spot with Clifton Shelton in the past recent games. We've seen Caesar a little bit more at that running back spot, so wouldn't be surprised seeing him more at that running back position.
Here's Rolap. Caesar's going to motion to the outside as he did last play. We got trips left, 2 wide receivers spotted out to the right. 2nd and 6. Rolap takes the snap, drops back in shotgun. See what he can do. He's scrambling, and he's got a guy to beat, and Chekarov brings him down. And this Rams defense, I didn't want to throw him to the ground there, but great play by them to force him back, and it'll be 3rd and deep.
Yeah, Simon Shakarov, the outside linebacker. You know, he at the start of the season maybe wasn't expecting too many snaps, but as the season's rolled on, the coaching staff has just seen, especially Chris Silvestri, the defensive coordinator, Shakarov gives 110% effort. You see it right there.
I mean, you see the Darien stars right there. There's a lot of big units on that offense. Connor Lane, Will Bonner, Kevin Roche, Charlie Tom have done really well, but then looking back at that Ben Rolap run, he only has 15 rushing yards on the year, so not as much as a mobile quarterback.
We'll see what Rolap's going to do here. He throws a swing out to Caesar. He's met right away by the Rams' missed tackle, and a few missed tackles, a flag down on the play, not enough for the first.
I'm not sure if that was a holding flag, but Caesar definitely had the open lane to run and very close to that first down marker.
Jake Fox missing that tackle there for the Rams. He's one of his first few minutes here of the game. Normally they have Owen Leiden into that job, but he does a great job, and obviously you can see Garcia there consoling him and just saying, you know, do your thing, do what you know you can do, and you'll make the play. So that flag was on the Rams. It'll give the Wave a first down.
It was a face mask 15-yard penalty, so that one's going to go in favor of the Blue Wave.
We'll see what the Wave's going to do here. Obviously, they got bailed out there with the big flag, so exactly what they needed, that first down. See if they can get past the 50 here. The I formation, Rolap takes the snap, handoff to Caesar on the left side. Caesar getting some yards, but brought down by a swarm of Rams, a gain of 5.
Yeah, expect a lot of that tonight from New Canaan. A lot of guys, whether it's the defensive line, linebackers, really that whole front 7, they're all going to get a hat to the ball and force a stop.
Here's the New Canaan starting defense. Walter Schmitz, Carter Seipel, Miles Chisholm, that defensive unit. Owen Leiden, Garcia, Barnard to Chakarov. Obviously, we see Fox filling in there for Leiden, Luke Bob, Connor Mazza, Michael Smith, Benevento. And Caesar gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, Luke Caesar's just been a very dominant rusher this year, and another run like that really close to that first down marker, and looks like he will pick up first down for the Blue Wave.
It looks like this Wave coaching staff is liking Luke Caesar here. They've given him a lot of opportunities. We'll see if they air this one out. Rolap takes the snap, handoff to Caesar on the left side, and brought down by Chakarov. A missed tackle there from Schmitz, made a diving attempt.
Yeah, Darien's starting to push now. If you're New Canaan, it's bend, don't break, right? You don't want to give a touchdown, obviously. 3 points, it is what it is. But here, Darien pushing across the 50-yard line. The New Canaan defense got to make a stand.
Yeah, this is something that we've seen from Darien this year. They know how to use the clock well, and small rushes like this just eat away at it. But you definitely want to come away with a score, try to get this game back to a tie.
See what the Wave does here. Rolap takes the snap. Fake handoff, and he throws out to a wide open number 15 offensively there. That's Connor Lane, but the pass not great. That one almost picked off, thrown to the feet of Mazza.
Yeah, Ben Rolap has 7 interceptions on the year. I mean, he's only a sophomore quarterback, but right there just shows that he throws a little bit too quickly, and right there just missing Connor Lane. If you're going to want to get deep into this Turkey Bowl game, you have to make those throws.
3rd and 6. On the opponent's 46-yard line. The Wave need a first down here. This is key to obviously get on the board and match that Rams' first score. Shelton in the backfield on the right of Rolap.
Canaan really stacking the box there.
In the motion, the handoff, fake handoff in the air is Rolap. He airs this one out. And defensive coverage from Luke Bopp there, and looking for a pass interference is number 81, Kevin Roach, but they're not going to give it to him, and that coverage from Luke Bopp and Connor Mazza is enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Bopp and Benevento and Mazza, they're over on that side. Play action fake by Darien. Maybe we'll see as this game goes on, if they can try and establish a rushing attack, we're going to see a lot more play action from the Blue Wave.
And again, Kevin Roche, he's been a dominant player all year. A lot of heavy coverage from that New Canaan secondary. They've just done a really great job this game, bringing Darien to their first punt.
Benevento back here to return this punt, and looks like it's very realistic. The Wave could run some trickery here, as they don't want the ball in Benevento's hands. And they'll punt this one. That ball in the air. Benevento will call a fair catch and just take that one down. Doesn't want to get clocked. And I like what the Wave did there. They sent those guys to the outside so they could get down to Benevento and prevent that return.
Yeah, smart from Darien there. Just trying to get a lot of hang time on that punt, so Benevento's forced to call the fair catch.
And I think what the Rams are going to try and do is, if that happens and you send 4 guys out to the outside, they're going to start sending more guys up to block that punt. We'll see who's in a quarterback for the Rams. It's Alex Russi. So that was a question here today. Number 10, Alex Russi, or number 12, Luke Robinson. I see both of them getting in this one. Obviously, both very talented players, but Alex Russi will be the starting quarterback for this game, and we'll have Cooper Smith in the backfield with him. Esposito out to the left, the sole receiver, wide out.
Yeah, Russi's been getting a lot of good reps as a starter this year, sharing the time with Luke Robinson.
Motion to Langford, drops back. Russi takes it himself. A running quarterback and a great block from Cooper Smith. Russi has a lane. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Does he have enough? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Alex Russi. Wow.
Another first play touchdown for New Canaan. The junior Alex Russi, we didn't mention, he's a running quarterback, QB power. New Canaan loves to run that a lot. Jimmy Nugent, the offensive coordinator, lots of QB powers and read options from Alex Russi. He takes that one to the house.
And off of one offensive play, the Rams have 2 touchdowns here at Dunning Field. It's really incredible what they've been able to do so far, and the success that I guess the offense is having, and that special teams unit. And Alex Russi, what a run. You know he's a running quarterback, but you don't expect that out of anyone.
Yeah, this is something from Darien that we haven't seen all year. They haven't, I don't know if it's nerves or just coming in knowing that New Canaan is such a good team, but giving up 2 touchdowns just like that is almost unheard of in high school football. I've never seen that.
Tucker Stevens, 95% on those extra points, and nails that one. No surprises there. That one, feel bad for whoever's got to get that out of the woods, but that'll be a few minutes hike because that ball is gone.
I mean, first play of the game, Benevento takes the kick all the way down for a touchdown. First play of scrimmage for the Rams offense, it's a touchdown for Alex Russi. The perfect start for New Canaan.
And a frustrating thing here, if you're this Wave defensive unit, you got to face your coach after letting up that huge touchdown after they've already given up that kick return touchdown to Benevento. So Benevento and Russi, the 2 guys who have touched the ball from the Rams so far, and they both scored.
Yeah, we're not even at the end of the first quarter, and New Canaan has already just walked over the Blue Wave after only really 2 offensive plays. And my God, this Darien team's going to have to get going on the offense.
Tucker Stevens set to kick this. Tucker has kicked. This will be a second kickoff, even though they didn't even start the game kicking the ball off, and 2 PATs, only 8 minutes left in the first quarter. That's a pretty remarkable feat. So setback here for the Wave, obviously. Number 20, we saw Thomas Hall on that first return, and I believe that's number 16, John Rooney.
And Coach Marinelli is currently talking to 2 of the refs in the field right now. Maybe he's got something to say to him.
Looks like he's on the phone, so maybe a rule thing. He's sending a guy over to the Darien sideline or to check with his other refs, so maybe some sort of sideline violation Marinelli's looking for. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were talking about. I mean, I doubt it has anything to do with the play, but referees are talking to Darien head coach Andy Grant about something.
And we'll see what happens. The Rams student section very electric and excited after they've got a lot to cheer for.
Yeah, 2 scores like that's going to put the energy 100% on the Rams side. So this Blue Wave team, they're going to need to recover, but all they have to do is move that ball on the offensive side.
What a block by Cooper Smith on that touchdown run to give Russi that lane, and obviously Russi just used his speed to power back. And up in the air is Tucker Stevens. That one back to number 20, Thomas Hall. We saw on the first return, he's looking for a lane, doesn't find it, hit hard with a shoulder. And we've just been noted that the play clock isn't working on the field. So that's what Coach Marinelli was talking about, and we're having some replay issues here, so a lot going on at Dunning Stadium. But regardless, the energy is at peak here at Dunning Stadium. The feel and the adrenaline for these Rams fans in particular is very high. Obviously for the Wave, they're going to look for some success in their offense here in this second drive. The handoff to Caesar. He's taken down gain of 4.
Yeah, you see Thomas Garcia in there again. I'd expect him to maybe be in the double digits for tackles by the end of the game.
And we'll see Thomas Garcia, obviously one of the best players in this Rams defensive unit, and the fill-in for Matt Salmini, who had an amazing last season. So he's been doing his job. Thomas Garcia is excelling, and really looking forward to seeing what he does here today. Shotgun snap, the fake handoff, Rolap dishes it to number 15 for the Rams. The tackle by Luke Bopp. It was number 15, Connor Lane on the catch, senior wide receiver for the Wave.
Yeah, the Rolap and Connor Lane connection has been there all season. They had a great touchdown in that second game of the year against Brian McMahon, and they've just been really well connected this year and picking up another first down for the Blue Wave.
Let's see what Rolap can do here. Caesar in the backfield once again. The pitch to Caesar, met by some Rams hands, beats one, and no gain on the play, but his best effort and made something out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the rush defense for New Canaan is kind of what everyone knows about, along with that great passing defense, but teams always struggle to run against the Rams.
And here come the Rams bringing in that 4th lineman on the package, that 4th safety set. Checking in is Michael Harris and Leahy. Rolap takes the snap. A lot of pressure. He gets one off, and what a play by Rolap to number 15, Connor Lane.
Yeah, Connor Lane has been one of the studs of this Darien offense. Huge wide receiver out there, and Rolap knows he can find that target of Connor Lane. And again, another first down going fair to the Blue Wave, and they're encroaching in New Canaan off defensive side.
Rolap didn't panic under pressure there. He had a lot of pressure. One more second, he's not getting that ball off. Rolap in the shotgun, hands the fake handoff to Caesar on the outside. No one on him. Garcia doesn't break down, and he goes down for a first.
Yeah, I mean, Darien starting to run some RPOs, run pass options here. Looks like you can hand that off for the running back, and almost Rolap can take that on the read option, but he has the wide receivers at the blanket route.
Yeah, Darien needs to make the adjustment on the offense. We just saw Ben Rolap rush straight down the middle on the RPO. I mean, he only has 15 rushing yards on the year. He almost just got half of his total rushing yards as quarterback, so we'll see if they're making necessary adjustments.
And no first down. They spot him just short. Rolap, the handoff to Caesar, and that's enough for the first. The Wave slowly moving into red zone territory. They're nearing field goal range for their kicker. Obviously, he's getting ready over there on the net. So Wave's going to look to get some points on the board. 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, this would be about a 44-yard field goal from here. So if you're Darien, you still want to get about 5 to 7 more yards, make this closer.
And Rolap takes the snap, rolls out, bootleg pass. That's the number 3, and it's dropped. Great defensive play by Connor Mazza.
Mazza just got his hand in there. Excellent coverage. Was beat on the first step, but he was able to recover and force the incompletion.
Yeah, Will Bonner was right there for the Blue Wave. Had that ball in his grasp, but again, that Rams secondary has been all over the place.
And Will Bonner, the defensive LSM player committed to Tufts for lacrosse. Let's see in this replay here, the pass to him. He goes up, almost brings that one in, but Mazza gets his hands in there on the tackle and prevents that reception. 2nd and 10 here from the 28. Rolap in the shotgun. He'll drop back to pass that one to a wide open Kevin Roach, and missed tackle by Mazza, and Kevin Roach with some speed. They'll call him out of bounds.
Yeah, Roche using the stiff arm there to try to get a couple extra yards. Works, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Huge reception there from the junior tight end.
And that play just shows why Kevin Roche is, in my opinion, the best Wave wide receiver or tight end on this team. He's able to make a play once he gets that reception, as you'll see here on the replay, and a missed tackle there from a Rams player. But if he didn't step out of bounds, that could have been a touchdown. The Wave snaps, drops back, Rolap, isolation to Roach. That one almost a one-hand grab. Defensive coverage from Alex Benevento on the outside.
I like the play call from Darien. Hit your tallest receiver one-on-one. Maybe you want that ball to be a little bit more of a lob for that fade, but it was a great play call by the Blue Wave.
Yeah, it was a good fade play call by Darien. I agree with that. Again, Roche has been one of the huge players on this Darien team, so trying to find him in the end zone is always a goal for Darien.
2nd and 10, almost the red zone. I'd call it the red zone myself, but we'll see. Mazza and Bonner on the outside. Man coverage. Rolap takes the snap, the handoff to Caesar, brought down right away. Miles Chisholm, Thomas Garcia. Wow.
Yeah, senior captain Thomas Garcia for the Rams all over that attack. I mean, you look at that replay, he was just going in there and swarmed up Caesar, gave him no breathing room.
Yeah, Garcia just found the gap right there, shot through it, forces the tackle for loss.
You see in that replay, Chisholm takes Caesar down. Garcia comes in to clean up finish some business there, so great play by them. New Canaan 14-yard line, a little twins formation here. Caesar to the left of Rolap. Rolap in the shotgun. And a fake handoff. Rolap drops back, some pressure, nearly brought down. That one thrown away. The pressure from number 2, Ryan Barnard, middle linebacker from the outside.
Great stand by the New Canaan defense right when Darien started to push, forcing 3 straight stops. Great job by the Rams.
We'll see what this Rams special teams unit can do. Obviously, they've been known to block some kicks in the past, and obviously Darien, a very talented kicker in Anson Sikora.
Yeah, Anson Sikora, this is going to be a huge field goal attempt for him. He doesn't have too many field goals on the year, but he is clean on the kicking sheet. So right here, probably the biggest field goal of the season so far.
A lot of pressure, a lot of people in the stadium. Stadium silent. I'm kind of surprised. You know, normally you try and get loud to distract the kicker.
31 yards away.
And he takes that one right down the middle and into the parking lot. The field goal's good. Anson Sikora with 3 on the board for the Wave.
Yeah, Sikora keeps the 100% going. 18 for 18 on field goals this year. And putting up points is what Darien needs to do to try to inch back to this strong Rams squad.
We'll see what the Rams can do here, as obviously they'll have the ball, and every time they've touched it so far in the game, it's been a touchdown. That is the first field goal we're hearing from our sources here. Terry Dinan up in the booth. First field goal attempt and made against the Rams all season. So you just watched the first field goal ever kicked and made against the Rams so far this season. That's a remarkable stat and just shows the success of this Rams team. That's really incredible to think about.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy from the front 7 and secondary. They were able to hold all opponents.
And let's take a look here at that throw attempt from Rolap. That one out of bounds. That good pressure from Barnard, and that led to that field goal, obviously.
Yeah, Rolap's been under pressure a lot. That's going to need a change if Darien's going to try to get a touchdown.
And this ball kicked to Michael Smith. A little bit of a gain. He stopped at the 40. So Darien obviously adjusted. Sikora booted that one short and high to number 7, Michael Smith. They don't want Benevento. They don't want Cooper Smith returning that ball, because that's surely to lead to a touchdown as they've seen earlier this game. So a little bit of, not trickery, but some coaching strategies and just saying, hey, let's cut our losses. We'll give them the ball at the 40.
Yeah, Darien going with the pooch kick. Obviously, you risk a great starting position where New Canaan already have the ball in the 40, but when you kick the ball to Alex Benevento, you risk, as we saw in the first play, taking it to the house.
Yeah, so for New Canaan, quarterback number 12, Luke Robinson, is coming into the game. He's been the main starter throughout this season, but we saw Alex Russi come in for their first drive.
No surprise that Russi now lined up at wide receiver, the right side wide out. Rams go for a hard count, and they'll look for the play call. Robinson, the quarterback. Cooper Smith lined up to the right in the backfield. They hand off to Cooper Smith up the middle, looks for space, taken down. What a play. That's number 92 on that Wave defensive unit, Will Barber.
Yeah, Will Barber, his brother Jack Barber played in the Turkey Bowl last year. He's off playing football at Williams College, so Will Barber taking that sole number 92 and making a huge stop on Blue Wave defense.
And here's the starters for the Rams. Obviously, you see the O-line. Here's the wide receiving core. Will Langford, Benevento, Smith, Esposito, tight end, Luke Reed. Motion from Will Langford. Robinson takes the snap, drops back for the pass to an open Russi, and that ball thrown a little too far in front. So Darien obviously very excited. It's now 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that Darien starting defense, they have the huge defensive line right there, but you move back towards the secondary and the linebackers. Walker Brown, Johnny Fay, and Ben Curtis have all been explosive, and then you look at the secondary, a lot of veterans on there. Ryan O'Malley, Bruce McGuckin, Morgan Rubenstein, all do a great job.
See the replay now here on that one. See Luke Robinson in the backfield, that motion there from Langford, and drops back. Langford that first option, and I think Russi was that second option. If that ball was thrown a little closer to him, he would have come down with it. The handoff to Cooper Smith. The left side, he's got space, and brought down by I believe that was Rubenstein on the tackle. So that one only a gain of 6. It won't be enough. It'll be 4th and 5.
Yeah, that first play explosiveness, almost that first step that Cooper Smith takes. It almost looks like he's going to take that into the end zone with all the speed that he has.
And we'll now go to a replay here, the run. You see the handoff to Cooper Smith on the left side, and he's got that gap. Great blocking effort, but taken down by Rubenstein.
Yes, I mean, we just saw the 2 scores from New Canaan, but right there, the Darien defense, that's something we've seen all year from them, making those 3-and-out stops. So I guess first couple minutes, they had to get their feet wet, see what New Canaan was all about. And right here, they made huge stops on the defense.
And Luke Reed back here to punt. The snap a little low, and Luke Reed's going to get that one in the air. What a punt! And Briggs McGuckin will elect not to receive that one, and that ball will be placed down on the 2-3 yard line. Wow.
What a punt.
Luke Reed.
Yeah, what a punt by Luke Reed. I mentioned him in the pregame shows, the Swiss Army knife on offense, but also the punter. Beautiful punt, almost an Aussie-style kick rolling out to the right, and that was beautifully placed for New Canaan special teams.
Yeah, really nice punter by Luke Reed. I love the Swiss Army knife term. He can just do it all. He has defensive stats, offensive stats, special team stats, and right there makes a huge punt, bringing the wave down at about the 1-2 yard line.
And it's not often you say you're impressed with a punt, but right there, I mean, there's not much more you could ask for except for being placed down on the 1.
Yes, and now for this New Canaan defense, I wouldn't be surprised to see some blitzes, get some pressure here to try and force a safety.
And obviously the wave in not a great position right here. All it takes is 1 sack for the safety, and we'll see if they try to give themselves a little bit of room. I believe that's number 28 line in the back. Oh, direct snap to Luke Caesar, and he's looking for some yards, gets a few, but Wave's still in a tough position. If they line up in that shotgun, maybe roll-up drops back for a pass. He's still into dangerous territory.
Yeah, this is a risky position for Darien. If you risk doing the shotgun pass, obviously pressure can get to you. Maybe some under center runs. We did just see a shotgun snap there on direct power, so we'll see how Darien's going to play this one.
We had tight end Charlie Tom in the backfield. I thought they were going to give that one to him. It's Tom and Caesar, so another direct snap to Caesar. This is the same play. This time Caesar gets to the outside, and he's got a gap, but just can't win with the speed, and the Rams players catch up to him, and he's brought down. Huge gain for the Wave.
Yeah, nice job by Darien getting out of that tough territory near their own goal line, but right there by Luke Caesar, taking the direct snap and rushing that one for a big Wave first down.
And a huge Wave first down. That's obviously we'll see on the replay here. Go back to live here. Our feed roll that back in, obviously with a little bit more space here, and the fake handoff. Oh, and a tripped up Rams player. That's Jake Fox. Loses his footing. But the tackle still made a gain of about 3 yards, so the Wave is looking good. That's what they need, 2nd and 7.
Hey, going back to that goal line play for Darien, that was great blocking by that offensive line to be able to force a gap, and then Darien can take that over to the right side.
2nd down and 7 on the Darien 31. Let's see what Rolap can do here with Caesar in the backfield. Shelton not getting as many carries this early in the game. Drop back pass from Rolap. He's got some pressure, and he finds number 3 for the Wave. That's William Bonner.
Nice little shovel pass there by Ben Rolap. He was under pressure, but did a good job evading that strong New Canaan defense and finding Bonner for a nice little short game.
Looking on almost every one of these plays, you see a Rams player get into the backfield, and they're 1 or 2 steps away from bringing that down. So the Wave's just capitalizing on those opportunities and making a play, and obviously a great play by Roll up there to get that one to Bonner.
Yeah, it was Ryan Barnard, the outside linebacker, who got the pressure again. If that ball, like you said, Gray, is held for an extra second, or Barnard just has a little bit better footing, he can get the sack there.
We'll see that tackle from Thomas Garcia and Jake Fox. Roll up in the backfield. Caesar to his right, takes the shotgun snap, and the option, he goes up to his tight end, Tom, and that one's enough for the first. What a play call.
Yeah, Charlie Tom and Kevin Broche have been the big unit. I mean, combined, they probably average about 12, 13 feet in height. And right there, Charlie Tom, he's been on the running back, the wide receiver, tight end side, and right there gets a nice, huge first down for the Blue Wave.
A great shovel pass by Darien there. I don't think New Canaan was expecting that, but now for that defensive line, maybe you want to expect that now in these 3rd and shorts for Darien.
We'll see what the Wave does here. Roll up in the backfield once again. Shotgun Caesar to his right. The fake handoff rolls out to the outside. Once again, pressure from Jake Fox. A bullet fired. William Bonner with the reception.
See, Benevento and Barnard were in there on the hit. It was a great throw by Rolap, but Benevento, maybe a step closer, could pick that ball off. Risky throw, especially throwing that cross body.
The tackle there made by Alex Benevento, number 6 for the Rams, our defensive player to watch. 2nd and 3. And that'll be the end of the first. We're going to kick it down to our sideline reporter in a few moments here with Isaac McMullen. So starting off, guys, what'd you think of the first quarter? Obviously the Rams with great momentum. Liam, what do you have?
Yeah, I thought the Blue Wave, they were just getting their feet wet. I mean, obviously New Canaan did really well getting those first 2 scores, but Darien came back on the scoreboard, putting up 3. So I think they have the ball going in the second quarter. They need to make it a good possession.
Bell?
Yeah, first play of the game, kick return touchdown from Alex Benevento. Perfect start. Couldn't script that one any better. And then it was this another touchdown from Alex Rusty on the first play of scrimmage for the Rams offense.
We're going to cut down to our sideline reporter, Ryan Dahlquist, or Eva Campbell, with an interview with Isaac McMullen, the Darien alum, and his thoughts about the game. Ryan Dahlquist.
Make sure the hair's good. Hello and welcome back to the Darien sideline. Behind me, the student section, and I'm stood right here next to Isaac McMullen, Darien alumni. Isaac, you've had a great season over at SVU, Southern Virginia University. Kid has 35 receptions, 512 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's 122 fantasy points. Isaac, how do you think the game's going so far, and what do you see going forward in this one?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it's always awesome. The Turkey Bowl is a good game for both towns. You know, it's a good community. I mean, obviously, Darien, we're not winning right now, but, you know, regardless, it's always a good game. It's always a fun event to be at, so yeah.
Hey, you heard it from the kid himself. Turkey Bowl, always a game you're looking forward to, and that's all we have from the sideline down here. It's an electric game. As you can tell from the student section behind me, I'm covered in flour. I'm going to go and send this one right back up to the desk upstairs.
Thanks, Ryan. We're now back here to the game, the second quarter, obviously the second play here. Let's see what the Wave can do. What a run, and taken down there by Mike Smith on the run, number 33. Clifton Shelton checking into this one. Obviously, Caesars had a lot more carries, but he's back into this game.
Yeah, Shelton using that brute right there on the run, going into the second quarter. Of course, sharing the time with Luke Caesar, but nice to see senior captain Clifton Shelton out there for the Wave.
Yeah, these 3rd and shorts for Darien, they've been able to convert. We saw the shovel pass on the last one right there. It's just that outside kind of counterplay to Clifton Shelton for a gain for Darien.
Roll up in the backfield once again, shotgun formation. Drops back for the pass, a lot of pressure. Let's see a flag thrown down on the play, and he'll go for the deep ball. That's Briggs McGuckin versus Luke Bopp, and McGuckin comes down with the reception. Touchdown, Blue Wave. That was Briggs McGuckin, as we said, our defensive player to watch, and looks like he's our offensive player of the game.
We see the flag. This is going to be holding on the offense for the Blue Wave. New Canaan bites a bullet there.
So that one is coming back, holding on the Darien offense, and that one hurts. I mean, Briggs McGuckin did a great job with that reception, but that one is coming back.
You see number 15, Connor Lane there taunting the Rams fans, not realizing that one was coming back, but you'll see here the roll-up pass, a deep ball. What a play by McGuckin and roll-up. That connection is really unlike no other. That was such an impressive college-level throw, and unfortunately for the Wave, that one will bring them back. It'll be 1st and 20.
Yeah, you mentioned that. What a throw by Ben Roll-up. Like you said, college level. It's a shame for Darien there was holding, because that was a beautiful start to get some points for the Blue Wave.
We'll see what the Waves can do here with the second opportunity. The Rams, as you said, Ryan, bit a bullet there. This Rams defense not used to giving up big plays like that, so to have that one call back is going to make them feel a little bit better, but we'll see what this defensive unit can do. Snap to Roloff back. That one dropped. Ooh, not a good drop for the Wave. Connor Lane's got to come down with that one. That connection has been tough this afternoon with Roloff. He dropped a pass, his first one intended, that really wasn't in the right range. But Liam, what do you have on that connection there?
Yeah, Roloff's been going very quick. Obviously, a lot of pressure from the New Canaan side, so a little bit of nerves, I think, from the quarterback just trying to get that ball. Might not be like a dead-on shot to Lane, but for that one, Darien's got to come away with it.
I believe Owen Lyden, the Rams defensive end, isn't in this game. It's been Jake Fox so far this afternoon. Roloff drops back to pass. The pressure from Fox once again. Roloff, and that one, the connection made to Kevin Roche. What a play, but it'll be 3rd and long because of that holding call.
Yeah, Rolap looks like a senior right now, just rolling to his right with pressure in his face and just completing that pass down the field, making it shorter for Darien here.
Yeah, Darien did a great job of now evading that New Canaan defense and finding Roche for the completion. Really shows how skillful Ben Rolap really is.
The Rams are going to check in number 36. That's Grayson Ladley, the sophomore, in place of Jake Fox. Guys, the Rams have been missing Owen Lyden. He's one of their better players on this defensive team, so that's hurt them a lot this game. I think that was an unexpected loss. Rolap takes the snap in shotgun, rolls out. He's got a guy open. That one overthrown to number 4, Luke Caesar. So the Rams will go 3 and out on that one right there. And 4th down, I believe the Wave are going to have to punt.
Yeah, I mean, if you're New Canaan last year, I mean, Ty Groff kicking that 47-yard field goal, I mean, definitely very long for high school, but I think Darien's going to go with the punt team.
Yeah, you mentioned Grayson Ladley on that last play. He's playing cornerback, and he ran the corner blitz there off that left edge, and it was a great play by the New Canaan defense to force the punt.
And the Wave are going for it. Right. 4th and 10. That's an aggressive play.
Yeah, I like that aggressiveness from Andy Grant. He knows that this is a huge game for the Blue Wave, and coming out here, 4th down and 10.
Look, they're probably going to look for a hard count and then obviously change it to a punt, but here comes the motion.
Here we go.
Will Bonner, the snap. Luke Caesar almost opened that one to Will Bonner. A swarm of Rams defenders, they bring him down. He's short of the 1st down by a couple of yards, and that one, not sure what the decision was from head coach Grant there, offensive coordinator, but you know the Rams will have the ball on their own 40.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Blue Wave didn't come up with the 1st down, but I do like playing aggressive and trying to get that 1st down for Darien. I mean, they know that they need to put points on the board, and that's the only way. They're not going to make points by doing punting the football. So right there, I think that's a quality drive from Darien.
Yeah, I agree with you, Liam. I don't hate the play call there. 59-yard field goal, you're obviously not going to attempt that a punt. I mean, touchback maybe, but you can't have the ball in the 35, so there's not too much difference from whether you're going to punt it or go for it there on the 4th down.
And Robinson fakes the handoff. The pass to Esposito. 1st down.
What a grab by the sophomore Andrew Esposito. You know, last year was a freshman. He got called up later in the year. Right now, one of the starting receivers. He's a young talent that New Canaan loves to have on the team.
And the Rams are going to make some substitutions here. Luke Reed checking in on this right side. Here's the replay, that connection from Robinson to Esposito. Just what a play by both of them.
You got to check his vertical there. I mean, it looked like he was dunking the basketball.
And he is a star on the basketball team, expected to get some minutes this year on varsity, so maybe he can dunk. Robinson, the Rams changing up the play call a little bit. He's in shotgun, 2 backs. The fake handoff to the outside, and then they throw it to Benevento, who's got a little bit of space. He's taken down, gain of 2.
Yeah, a little short wide receiver screen to Alex Benevento. Obviously, we mentioned he can play both offense and defense. Primarily a defensive back, but when they need him in situations, he can play wide receiver and or running back.
Yeah, this is going to be huge for the Darien defense, trying to limit New Canaan, putting another score on the board or any points at all. I mean, taking a look at this Darien defense swarming around Alex Benevento, only giving him a few yards.
And here's the replay. As you see, a blocking effort, but that was Waves number 54 defensively, Johnny Fay. To Cooper Smith on the outside, got a little bit of space, stiff arms McGuckin to the ground. He hits a little bit of dirt on that one, but Cooper Smith, what a play, and that'll give Rams solid field positioning and 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, Cooper Smith, he's got to get going if New Canaan wants to end drives with points. Obviously, no Dylan Pryor, got hurt in the Brian McMahon game, but Cooper Smith is a very good running back, but he needs to get hot soon.
3rd and 3. Cooper Smith in the backfield. I like giving him the ball in this one. And the direct snap. Marinelli with some trickery in the 1st down. And look, the Rams love their trick plays. They're not scared to bring him out. And on that one, Robinson was pretending like he was talking to the sideline, and then the direct snap goes to Cooper Smith. What a play.
Love that.
I mean, you look at that replay, even as an announcer, I was looking at Luke Robinson. He's looking like he's talking at the sideline, the direct snap. I had no idea what was going on, and what a great trick replay from the Rams.
And I honestly thought we were going to see a fumble or a missed snap there from center bench Sibbett, but it is rare that he makes mistakes. Alex Benevento lined up at quarterback, a little bit of change here, and that snap right to him. The fake handoff, he'll take it himself. The ball almost tripped up there on Cooper Smith, but a short gain of 1.
Yeah, that option, Benevento to Cooper Smith, and that's what New Canaan can do in the backfield when you have those kind of athletes. It can be wildcat. We know jumbo set towards the red zone, but right there, New Canaan, just a little option.
We'll take a look at this replay here. Benevento fakes the handoff, and a little collision with Cooper Smith. They're lucky that ball didn't come out, but a short gain of 1.
Russie now lined up at quarterback.
Russie at quarterback. You got 3 guys so far that have played quarterback for the Rams. They look for the hard count and timeout called.
The Blue Wave are going to use their first timeout in this one, talk some things over, especially on the defensive coordinator end of it. And this Rams team, they're really going in the depths of their playbook.
And we'll see. Obviously, you see number 71, Carter Hagan there. He's been doing well today. And, you know, this defensive line from the Wave needs to put a little bit more pressure on this Rams quarterbacks and give them a little, you know, give them something to work with or excite them a little more. So we're going to cut to our socials. Obviously, follow our social medias, both NCTV and DAF.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and
I'm a
Twitter
little
at
interested
NCTV
for this Darien defense. Maybe they're
and
a
in
bit
order to
surprised
watch
with
our
Alex
bi-weekly
Russie taking
broadcast, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV 78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!
Direct snap to Luke Reed up the middle, or not a jumbo set, but he gets a pretty good gain. Guys, what do you have on Luke Reed so far?
Yeah, I mean, Luke Reed can do it all. I feel like we've just been saying that all day, but he's taken those wildcat snaps. But we haven't seen him too much at tight end, but I think as the Rams get closer to the red zone, expect a lot of touches for the tight end Reed.
The Rams 3rd and 4. Luke Robinson back here. We've now seen 4 players line up in the quarterback spot for the Rams. And the handoff up the middle to Cooper Smith. He's brought down. That's number 54 on the Waves defensive unit, Johnny Fay.
Yeah, Johnny Fay really swallowed up Cooper Smith on that last one. Of course, that Darien linebacker line is just explosive. And right now, this Darien defense needs to hold New Canaan.
And we'll see if they can. 4th and 4. We'll see what the play call is here.
Yeah, Rusty's coming on here. You got to imagine New Canaan's going to snap this. You could get the hard count. If you draw the offsides, would be an automatic first down. But at this position on the 35, I mean, you look like New Canaan's probably going to go for this one and actually snap it.
Direct snap to Robinson. They're looking for a hard count, though. And the motion to Cooper Smith.
Trying to get that Darien defensive line bite.
Really looking for the hard count. Look at that trickery. They got one offsides. And that's
Beautiful.
5 yards. Lou Marinelli, the best coach in high school football, does it again.
What a call by New Canaan. Everyone running over to the sidelines. That Darien defense just looked a little panicked there, Liam. They didn't know how to react to that.
Never have I ever seen that calling a football game or any high school football game in general. The team looks like they're going right to the sideline. I mean, just I really don't have any words to describe that.
Well, I mean, the Darien defensive line must have thought the ball might have got snapped, but I mean, I've never seen that either. An unbelievable call by Coach Marinelli.
Oh, wow. The penalty went against New Canaan there. So the entire New Canaan sideline had a smile on their face. They thought the ball was going to be placed at the first down, but looks like Marinelli's on the field and making sure something happens. He thinks he knows the rule book, so we'll see what they call this, but obviously that hurts New Canaan a lot because it kind of takes them out of that field goal position.
Yeah, the refs, they called it delay game there actually, so New Canaan just took a little bit too much time, but I absolutely love that play call from the Rams.
Yeah, the Wave just caught it fast break. I mean, Lou Marinelli, he's the winningest coach in Connecticut high school football history. He has a huge playbook, but right there, the Wave just caught on a huge New Canaan fall.
That one's got to be frustrating. You have a play like that and not work out for you, so we'll see what Luke Reed does on this punt.
First one was down inside the 5-yard line. See if he can recreate that one.
And Reed gives that one right to McGuckin, calls for the fair catch, and comes down on that. Wow. Safe catch by McGuckin. That one could have been bad if it fell out. There were a lot of Rams there. Ball will be spotted at the Darien 10. Another great pump by Luke Reed. Obviously a lot better than a touchback, so we'll see what the Wave can do here offensively with the field positioning. They got a long ways to go in this Rams defense. In my opinion, is heating up. So I'm interested to see who's going to do better on this possession.
Yeah, the Blue Wave haven't gotten many freebies, especially on the punts. Luke Reed's done a nice job at forcing them to go back behind that 20 and even behind the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Darien, they got to go 90 yards here if they want to score a touchdown. This is where New Canaan especially does really good when teams are pinned inside their own goal line.
We'll see the shotgun to roll app to William Bonner on the outside. The screen pass, a solid gain. I guess we'll see where he went out of bounds and a gain of 3.
Yeah, those smart and short little passes are really great for the Blue Wave. Just try to get some good field position and move across. I mean, you see Will Bonner there, just goes right out of bounds, gets a good about 5-6 yards, and trying to eat away at that clock before halftime.
And we'll check out that replay, the pass to Bonner on the outside. Great blocking from that Wave offensive unit, but not enough for a huge gain. But 2nd and 6, you got to take what you can get, a gain of 4. The motion, roll app, handoff to Caesar, and Caesar looking to shake it big. The ball's down, a fumble, and recovered by the Rams in the red zone territory. New Canaan High School. Wow.
Rams forcing turnovers. They've been able to do that all season. We'll see who falls in it. We're going to take a look at this replay, but Gray, it's all the hats to the ball for New Canaan.
Well,
not sure if the referees have made an official decision yet. They haven't pointed in the direction of New Canaan. Not sure what they're going to do. I mean, you can't clearly see.
Well, I mean,
Darien was there, but it looks like New Canaan.
Look, based off of that replay, I don't think there's a question. I mean, that was pretty clear.
Yeah, there it is.
He dropped the ball. He was never down, and that fumble by Luke Caesar. I believe that. Didn't see who it was in that recovery, but what a play from the Rams. They've just been making those smart plays all night, those great athletic plays. Obviously, the kick return, Russie's run, and now this fumble recovery, and just putting themselves in good positions to win.
Yeah, all the hats to the ball for New Canaan. That's the thing. When you have so many guys, linebackers and defensive linemen, just trying to punch that football out, at some point it is going to come out. The Rams fall in it. An excellent field position with about 6:38 to go before the halftime.
And Luke Robinson in an I formation. Cooper Smith in the backfield. Motions Alex Russi. Hand off to Cooper Smith on the right side. And wow, uses his speed to beat out number 8 on that Blue Wave defensive, Jack Silsby, the senior captain.
Yeah, for New Canaan, on the last one, you saw Esposito lined up by himself to the left. I wonder if he's going to get a target on this drive because he's got a lot of height. I mean, we saw one of his catches earlier with that vertical, so maybe we'll see him maybe on the 3rd down if Luke Robinson wants to give him a chance on a fade.
We'll see trips to the left side. This Rams team isn't scared to throw the ball. It looks like a man coverage or maybe a little zone look.
You see Luke Reed lined up at receiver to the left, tight end, running back. I think he's already hit all 4 of those positions already.
And as you can see from the camera angle, this crowd is sold out. Thousands of people here at Dunning Stadium.
Yeah, Darien needs a turnover. This is the time when you have to get momentum back on your side.
A snap and a flag on the play. Let's see who it's on. This is a big one, most likely a false start. It's on the offense.
It's another delay of game, I believe, for New Canaan. So that's 2 straight. And Lou Marinelli, that's something he's got to talk about in the halftime locker room. You can't be taking 40 seconds to snap the ball.
Well, look, I think this is why Coach Marinelli's upset, is because the play clock isn't working. So those players can't see anything. And maybe Marinelli got the timeout off in time, but it's really hard to know when to snap the ball as a quarterback, to know when to get it going, as you don't have that NFL helmet technology, and the play clock isn't visible.
Yeah, Marinelli, he's talking to the refs about that right now, pointing in the area of the play clock. I mean, obviously you're going to get frustrated throughout the game if you can't see the play clock, as you mentioned there, Gray.
And look, Marinelli obviously very frustrated as his trick play didn't work out before, so, that sucks when you use a play like that of such trickery that you can really only use once, and then doesn't go your way. The refs go with it in a different direction, and then something like this happens where your quarterback can't see the play clock, he doesn't want to snap the ball, and you get a delay of game. And regardless of the situation, it will be 2nd and 11, so not awful field positioning. It is manageable, and we got the jumbo package. Luke Reed in the backfield.
Love to see it. Some old school football right here.
Yeah, what a formation from the Rams.
And Luke Reed takes it, going the other way. He's got some speed, dives in the air. Luke Reed, no surprises on that dive. He puts his body on the line a little too much sometimes, and he is such a great player, and it looks like he's down on the field. That's very unfortunate. You hate to see things like that, and Luke's one of those guys that
will do it again. You know, if he could do that same play, and you'll see here on the replay, he would dive again knowing he's going down, because he just cares that much about the team. He cares that much about football, and he sacrifices so much. He plays through so many injuries, and he's such a big asset to this team that, you know, it's really unfortunate to see him go down, but, you know, to put his body on the line for a few extra yards just shows a piece of his character.
Part of the game, but you just hate to see that for Luke Reed. I mean, you mentioned it, he's diving for extra yards, but yeah, he'd do that time and time again, but at some point, maybe you just want to put your head down, put the shoulder down, maybe just get down a yard. Hopefully Luke Reed will be all right here.
And Liam, obviously it is now 3rd and manageable, 2 yards. What do you think Darien needs to do?
Darien's going to need to go heavy press. I mean, we know the New Canaan defense really dominant, but this Darien defense has also shown their colors in this one. So an opportunity like this, big 3rd down, you have to hold New Canaan here, force them to kick field goal. I mean, we see Tucker Stevens' stats. He's, I think, around 50% on the field goal mark, so not perfect, but for Darien, this has to be a big hold.
And we'll see, obviously, if the Rams didn't have Luke Reed hurt, that would be their go-to. So let's take a look at some defensive plays so far today for the Rams. Look at that. The Rams obviously doing a great job defensively. A big takedown from Garcia there on McGuckin. Another run by Luke Caesar, taken down by Garcia. And the Rams have been doing a great job all day of limiting that. And you see here that pass, Benevento on the coverage. Roach couldn't bring it in. Once again, that pass to the outside, just taken down by Mazza.
Yeah, I mean, today it's such a great Thanksgiving atmosphere, a lot of great festivities happening around. Of course, representing Darien, the Depot Turkey Trot will be tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning at Darien High School. Of course, then the alumni soccer game as well. So there's so many different activities happening over this Thanksgiving week and Thanksgiving Day.
And Luke Reed's still down on the field. Really unfortunate to see. He's one of the most important players on this Rams team in terms of that Swiss Army knife capability, and you know, it just really sucks to see him down on the field. And you know, obviously he is starting to get up now, so that's great to see. You know, he's moving, and we'll see, you know, kind of if that's a leg injury or whatnot. And there he is. He's walking off the field. You know, Luke's one of those guys. He could have a torn ACL, a torn Achilles, and a leg in totally different directions, and he's still walking off the field. It just shows his character and his strength and how much this football team and this community means to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all the heart of the New Canaan guys. When Dylan Pryor went down last game against Brian McMahon, you know, everyone is around him, huddling around him, just giving him strength and love. And I think, you know, Luke Reed, obviously we'll find out a little more as the game goes on, but you got to hope he's all right.
And Luke Reed on the sideline is walking, so wouldn't be surprised if he struggles through. And looks like we're going with the tush push, and a fake one it is again. Benevento, touchdown, New Canaan Rams.
Jimmy Nugent, offensive coordinator. What a play call. We saw something similar when you called the game against Wilton. It looks like it's a tush push that the Eagles love to run so much, and it just fakes around on a little reverse sweep to Benevento, his second of the day.
Yeah, that is like an NFL play call right there. Alex Benevento, senior captain. I mean, another great play call from the Rams and getting into the end zone.
And look, no surprises there. This Rams team has been just out-coaching everybody and just showing by what they were able to do there, and that fake tush push, which I honestly thought they were going to run the real one, but you know, we've seen that earlier this season. It's a remarkable play call. The extra point is good, and someone's going to have to get a new hood of their car because Tucker just put a dent in that one. But the score so far, 21-3.
Yeah, going back to that touchdown play. And that's the thing, if you're the Darien defense, it's so hard to take a look at the replay. It's so hard to stop the tush push. So everyone, all the defensive linemen, especially the D tackles and the nose guards, they collapse in on the center and the guards. But Benevento can just pull away to the left side as long as your left tackle secures the block.
And look, I know Darien didn't have a lot of time to think about this, but you got to think if the Rams are going to do a tush push, they're going to give it to Alex Russi, or obviously Luke Reed's hurt, but you got to think they're going to give it to Alex Russi under center because he's more of that running quarterback that's probably going to squat a lot and kind of be that Jalen Hurts comparison. But, you know, nonetheless, what a play call. Let's take a look at the scoring drive from New Canaan. Obviously, the fumble
here when Luke Caesar bounces out and that ball goes down. The recovery, we missed the number there, but I mean, just the Rams' capability of that drive to turn things around, and obviously another great punt by Luke Reed. Just everything's going their way today.
Yeah, New Canaan has really led the possession time all game, and you see Alex Benevento, 1 reception, 2 yards today, puts a touchdown there on his name. But for Darien, this upcoming possession is going to be huge. Before halftime, they need to have a quality possession and get a touchdown on the board.
6 minutes here. Stevens with the squib kick. That one touches a defender, and the Wave will just go down on it. Doesn't even look like they have possession now. That one held between the legs of number 29 on the returning team. That is unlisted. Herget, sorry, Thomas Herget.
Yeah, I mean, New Canaan, I think all 3 aspects of football, they've been playing excellent. Offense, they're scoring, right? Defense, forcing turnovers, and special teams. You already have the kick return touchdown. All 3 levels of the game that New Canaan has been playing so far has been excellent.
Darien will take over from their 29-yard line, 1st and 10. They need a possession here, a good one. 6 minutes left to play in the first half. We'll see what Rolap can do. He's got to stay composed. Can't look at the scoreboard in a situation like this, and we'll see what Darien does. Drops back to pass pressure, and Kevin Roach over the head of Benevento, a gain of 21. That is exactly what the Wave needed. And when you got a 6'8" receiver, it's not easy to get up there.
Yeah, that's just a formula play for Kevin Roche. He's been catching those all year. And again, bringing up a huge play for the Blue Wave, trying to march down the field.
And a heartbreaker for the Rams. Benevento's down on the field. We'll watch this replay of the throw here. What a throw and cut out there. It's really unfortunate to see Benevento down, holding his knee the way he is. It's one of the worst things in football is injuries, and the Rams just took 2 of their top players out of the game with injury. We'll see if they return. Obviously, we're praying they do for the Rams fans.
Yeah, Luke Reed obviously went down the last offensive drive, now Benevento, but I think for New Canaan, it's got to be the next man up mentality. But when a guy, the caliber of Alex Benevento goes down, he already has 2 touchdowns today, that morale is going to start to drop a little bit for New Canaan, even when you're up by 18.
And look, New Canaan has one of the best, if not the best, training staffs. And you see Corey there on the sideline, and I believe that's Coach Grant helping up Benevento. When he gets up, he's walking Alex Benevento. Alex Benevento, he's fighting the limp. He's fighting the limp. He's walking towards this New Canaan community, symbolizing that, you know, he's going to stay strong, and they need to stay strong too in this one.
Yeah, the Darien, New Canaan, I mean, you know it's a rivalry, but both of these towns have a lot in common. They come together in situations like this, and this game is just the pinnacle of it.
And we'll see. Obviously, Benevento is going to check out of this one for a moment. I think he'll be back in this game, but doing some exercises. He's standing up. He's feeling good. Darien slow to make the play. The motion from Tom to the outside. Bonner, that screen pass we saw earlier, taken down, a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. And Benevento checks back in.
Yeah, he only needed the 1 play out. I bet he's telling all his coaches on the sideline, especially Coach Silvestri, all right, I'm getting back in the game. I'm going to keep making plays.
Trey Walker checks out, the replacement for Benevento there. Benevento feels good. We'll see the Wave getting set up.
See if Darien might want to target Alex Benevento.
I'd be surprised. I mean, look, it looks like we had an illegal motion there, maybe a false start. But, you know, targeting Alex Benevento, even when he's hurt, is no better than targeting any other player in the secondary in the state. I mean, you could target Alex Benevento with 1 arm, and, you know, he's still going to make the kind of play that any other defensive back would. So I don't recommend that strategy.
Yeah, Kevin Roche was obviously in motion on that play, so that flag is going to go against the Blue Wave moving back. But, again, it's only 2nd down and 9, so let's see what they can do.
2nd and 9, just past the 50. The Blue Wave, 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. They need a touchdown on this drive. Roll up with a roll out, some pressure once again. He throws that one to Tom. fighting, taken down, can't win the battle of strength, and he'll be short of the first.
Yeah, Tom really close to that first down. He's just a really strong player. Knows how to grudge through that New Canaan defense, and right there, it's just the aspect of it.
And look, I think part of that was strength in numbers. I think that's what the Rams defense does so well, is they support each other. You got one guy to wrap up Tom, and you know, nobody's bringing down Tom one-on-one, but when you got a swarm of Rams defenders, you know, I really think they can take anyone down, as they did. 3rd and 1. Charlie Tom with 4 touchdowns, 18 receptions on the team. Second. Flag down on the play.
Another false start, looks like. Yep.
And you can't make those mistakes if you're the Wave, especially in a possession this important with things going your way. You know, Caesar would have gotten that 1 yard, and that would have been a first down. So these little mistakes are really not helping, and it's going to make things a lot more difficult to win this football game.
Yeah, Darien's definitely a little bit nervous. You can definitely tell by the way that they've just been a little bit jumpy, and I think they just need to get out of their own head, start making some nice plays.
We'll see what the Wave can do. A deep ball thrown and a wide open, I don't want to say wide open, but a very open Connor Lane. That connection just a foot from happening. And once again, Darien almost connecting on these deep balls. They love to go for them every once in a while. And, you know, if those two worked out, the score would be a lot closer. We're going to cut to a replay of that one so we can take a second look. Rolap obviously rolls out to his non-throwing side. Obviously, the righty makes a beautiful pass to Connor Lane downfield. Connor Lane just can't make the connection.
Yeah, Rolap had that route going right to Lane and just out of the reach. Needed to take a little bit gas off of it, but nevertheless, Darien is going for it again on 4th down.
Got Clifton Shelton in the backfield. And Rolap rolls out to throw. Another deep ball to Connor Lane. Well overthrown. Turnover on downs. The Rams are in position to score. 4 minutes left. That Wave possession took about 2 minutes off the clock. So, you know, the Rams are going to look to get some points on the board and make this 28-3 going into the half.
Yeah, Rolap was absolutely crushed in the pocket. So when you're just trying to put that ball with pressure, you just can't get that accurately. Great defense by New Canaan to force 4th down stop.
And look, as we said, Rolap is constantly under pressure, and if he takes another second to throw a ball, he's going to get hit. And you saw there he did get hit, so he's getting a lot closer to that thing. And it's tough. You know, it's tough for the O-line against this Rams defensive line, but, you know, they're trying to do their best, and we'll see if things can turn around. And here's Cooper Smith on the run. He goes down, no gain.
Yeah, we haven't had to call Cooper Smith's name too much today. You know, a few rushes. Has had a few inside rushes, not too many on the outside. So New Canaan maybe kind of moving more towards that passing offense that we want to see from them.
Yeah, again, right there is just a statement from the Darien defense. They need to hold this surging New Canaan Rams team. They're pretty much having a field day out there. They're moving the ball on the offense. They're doing well on the defense. So right now, they're going to need to hold them.
We'll see. This Wave defense has looked very strong all season, and they're going to look to continue that here today.
A little confusion between refs and I think just telling the New Canaan sideline to get back. Don't want to issue a sideline violation there.
Rams getting a little into the game on the sideline. Everyone wants a piece of it. Players walking onto the field during the play. See Rusty comes in motion. Robinson snap. Handoff to Cooper Smith. And whoa! Taken down by a swarm of Wave defenders.
Ball might have come out.
Looks like the ball might have come loose.
Let's see. Refs haven't.
See, the referees are really close. It looks like with the way Briggs McGuckin is looking, it looks like it's going to stay with the Rams. But, again, another great defensive play from the Wave.
Obviously, we couldn't tell up here, but Darien were adamant that that ball came out. But it looks like the refs going to keep it with New Canaan.
And look, I think what happened is the refs were probably saying, you know, he was down before. So we'll check this out here on a replay. Obviously, a key replay. Cooper Smith takes this one and gets hit pretty hard. That ball.
Hard to tell from that angle, really.
Looks
like he was down by contact, but.
Yeah, contact, and then maybe that back knee. You know, we couldn't tell from the replay, so we'll see if they're still deciding. And they're telling the sideline to get back.
Another one. Really telling the New Canaan sideline to get far back.
Sideline warning officially issued.
Again, something I've never heard before, a sideline warning.
One more of those, I think it's a 10-yard penalty.
And a great pass to Cooper Smith. What a play by Robinson. Smith has room. He's down at the 30. Cooper Smith. What a play.
Lovely play call from New Canaan, run the halfback screen to Cooper Smith. He takes it, but it's the blocking from the New Canaan offensive line. You know, you got guys like Boutine, Sibbett, the sophomore Adrian Delicata, all those guys blocking. Flag, though, legal procedure on New Canaan, so everything I just said, take that all back.
Again, I do like Cooper Smith. He's really filling in the shoes for Dylan Pryor, but again, in a legal procedure like that, they're going to be going back for a third down.
And obviously Cooper Smith and Pryor on a similar level. And Cooper Smith, you know, a super fast player, and they've shared touches. Cooper obviously does a lot more of the punt return, but I mean, look at this play on the replay. Cooper has so much speed and that running ability, and the Rams have obviously used him earlier this season with a lot of receiving, returning. So it's been tough to get him the running back touches, but now that Pryor's out, they don't really have a choice, and you know, Cooper Smith's been doing a great job.
Yeah, you see 4th penalty for New Canaan. 2 of those have been delay games as well.
Benevento in motion. The shotgun snap to Robinson, drops back, avoids pressure. What a ball to Esposito!
Oh.
And it's caught! Esposito with a great reception.
Yeah, Esposito, you only need 1 foot. That ball is in, and a huge first down catch there from the Rams.
The sophomore wide receiver, Andrew Esposito, with his 2nd big catch of the night. Perfect throw by Luke Robinson, playing to the back shoulder of Esposito.
And it's hard not to get excited when you have a sophomore making that kind of play, moving the ball down the field with 1:49 left in the second half. The fake handoff and the option. Robinson has some space to the outside. What a block by Mike Smith. And Robinson's going to go out of bounds a lot more than a first. So we'll take a look at a replay here of the previous play. The huge play from Robinson to Esposito. I mean, just look at that look off and evading pressure. That's a highlight play of the week. What a reception right into coverage that was caught on Morgan Rubenstein on the outside.
Yeah, again, that last play, the Rams did a nice job on the block. I saw number 7, Michael Smith, push away that Darien defense and create that open lane for Luke Robinson.
Got a little scared there. I didn't want, you know, it would have been unfortunate for the Rams if that one got called back, but what a play by the quarterback. Ooh, and some trickery once again on a block by Russi. Alex Benevento, touchdown, 3rd time we're saying his name tonight. Am I surprised? The answer's no.
What a play. I mean, we said that in almost every touchdown for the Rams. It's what a play call again by Jimmy Nugent. Running that double reverse. Alex Benevento gets it. There's no one even close to him. Number 3 on the night for the senior captain.
I mean, you look at a play like that and you think, where does that come from? Who thinks of a play like that? It's so genius. It's so perfect. And, you know, the Rams' ability to execute what the coaches are putting on the field at practice and all these trick plays, it's remarkable.
Yeah, it was Daniel Farina. He was the offense coordinator the last couple seasons, obviously now the head coach at Newtown. So Jimmy Nugent kind of taking over the responsibility of running the offense. And from the play calls we've seen, it's been great for New Canaan so far.
And the kick and hold is good. No surprise. The same car just got hit, but we're going to have a replay here of that touchdown by Benevento. So take a look at this one, and you're going to be very excited all at home to see this replay. I mean, look at that. The fake handoff to the reverse, and Russi right into Rubenstein, just a textbook block, giving Benevento the space. And, you know, Benevento doesn't even need the space, to be honest. He's going to make a play, but if you give him that much room, that much open field, that Darien secondary didn't adjust quick enough, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, that all starts with the fake from Luke Robinson. You really got to sell that fake handoff to Cooper Smith, bring the defense over to that left side, pitch it over to Benevento. He's gone 28-3 New Canaan.
Yeah, right there again. That's overall, that's a very statement offensive drive from there from New Canaan. I really have no words to describe that. I mean, they're up 28-3, and it's not even halftime yet. This New Canaan team, they're just really rolling.
28-3, that drive summary, 5 plays, 57 yards, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. You know, we said with 6 minutes left, is the Wave going to get the touchdown on the drive? Is this enough time? And in that time, we've had a turnover, obviously, and then the Rams score a touchdown to make it 28-3, and we still have 1:30 left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, 28-3. I'm sorry, Falcons fans. You're all too familiar with that when you guys lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to say that this game's quite over because we've seen it happen before.
And we'll see if the Blue Wave is going to compare to the Patriots. But, you know, obviously they're going to have an opportunity here, looking to get some points on the board before the half. And to be honest, if the Wave gets a touchdown, 28-10 is not that far of a game. You know, realistically, 28-3 sounds significantly further than 28-10, even though it's only a score apart.
Yeah, I think if the Blue Wave want to stick in this game, they need a score here, and then they get the kickoff after halftime. So right there, you can put up 14 points on the board. But again, that all matters. This Darien offense really has to put the accelerator on.
And we'll see. Obviously, that injury from Benevento didn't stick, and I guess we'll see if Luke Reed's going to check back into this one. He seems to be standing on the sideline, so we'll see how that goes. Roll lap, the pass to Luke Caesar, hit from Mazza. What a hit, but Luke Caesar with a great gain and a great connection from roll lap.
Yeah, nice catch there from Luke Caesar. Again, running back, wide receiver. He's just been all over the place, and catch like that. I mean, Darien has 102 passing yards in this game, so they've been doing pretty well on the offense.
Let's check out this replay here. Big hit from Connor Mazza. Roll app drops back to pass under constant pressure. What a hit, but Luke Caesar hangs onto it, and what a play by him.
Yeah, one-handed grab there from Luke Caesar. That's going to be on the highlight tape. What a catch. It brings up a Darien first down.
And a hurry-up offense is in session here. We're going to check out a replay from that one as they look for that play call.
Yeah, what a catch by Caesar. Michael Smith laying the hit stick. You know, he flicked the right stick up there if you're playing Madden. What a big hit, but a great catch by Caesar.
Roll app drops back, finds Caesar once again, but he's brought down for no gain. Play by Michael Smith. We've got a flag down on the field. See what the penalty marker is.
Face mask, yeah.
So that's going to be against New Canaan Rams face mask, so the Blue Wave's going to get a nice break and get some yardage on that one.
And those face mask penalties, that's New Canaan's second so far today, and obviously they're huge penalties, I believe 15 yards, so they can hurt a team.
Yeah, the Rams have been giving the Wave a lot of penalty yards, so right now Darien's just got to bring one right into the end zone.
And it looks like that's only a 5-yard penalty. That really won't hurt the Rams that much. Some confusion with the chains.
Yeah, 1st and 5, so I guess, you know, reset of the downs there, but.
Reset of downs and a 5-yard gain. The pass to a wide open Will Bonner. Can Barnard chase him down? And they're going to go out of bounds. Great play, 45 seconds on the clock. And you got 2 timeouts, but you do want to save them because this could come down to a tight second half.
Yeah, Will Bonner, again, right there, making a huge play for the Blue Wave, running out of bounds, getting the yards. I think that was 15, 20-yard gain for the Blue Wave, so right there, again, moving those chains.
And we'll check out the replay here. That pass to Will Bonner, a seamless ball chased down by Barnard and runs out of bounds.
Yeah, now you're 29 yards out, Darien. You got to get 7 points on the board here before the end of the half.
We'll see what Rolab does. Looking for one of those 3 receivers, and you just can't do anything against this Rams defense. And
that ball is loose. I don't know if Rolap was down.
I think the ref saying he's down. Great pressure by that New Canaan defensive line again, though.
And there's, well, let's see. It looks like a timeout call by Darien, obviously on that play. But Tchakarov keeps contained, comes down on Rolap, and throws him to the ground. He is down on contact, and that ball pops out after he's down. So obviously no fumble there, but just a great job by Tchakarov, a great play made, and that just kind of shows, you know, his ability to fill in for Charlie O'Connor. He's been doing a great job so far this season. Obviously Charlie recognized by many as the best player on the Rams defensive unit, definitely arguably, and probably the best edge in the state, arguably. Charlie O'Connor's a very talented player, definitely going to end up playing somewhere in college, and that injury earlier this season definitely hurt him. But Tchakarov has been stepping up. He's had great efforts, you know, in games like this, and it's showing.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a two-way linebacker. He's so good at dropping back in coverage, but as we saw in that last play, he can step up and sack the quarterback.
So roll app, and then number 33, Clifton Shelton's in the backfield.
Roll app takes the snap, the fake handoff to a wide open Tom, and a hit from number 24, Trey Walker, who's in this game. Gain of a few, but most importantly for the Wave, Tom gets out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock. 30 seconds left on the play clock and 1 timeout.
Yeah, this Darien team has 30 seconds to get a score. This is a huge opportunity for them. They need to put 7 points on the board.
And it's going to be a quick offensive effort here. Roll app rolls to the outside, being chased down by Miles Chisholm. Throws that one away. No receiver in sight, but I guess you had Roche up top. Roll app making the right play, you know, making sure he doesn't take that massive loss. And on 4th down, you got to wonder, do they go for it or take a field goal?
Yeah, Darien 43 plays to New Canaan's 19, but it's just the way New Canaan can get those quick first play touchdowns. With kick return touchdown and Rusty on the first one, that's the play disparity between the two teams.
We're going to look at some replay of the pressure here. That was Miles Chisholm, Washington and Lee football commit. Look at him there, chasing down
the Blue Wave going for it on 4th down.
Oh, fake reverse. Roll app has a lot of pressure. Can he find a receiver? He can't. Ryan Leahy on the coverage and a few Rams on the pressure. So the Rams once again stop the Wave on these 4th down tries. I don't know if these 4th down tries are the right move. Obviously, you got to play aggressive, but I disagree with the first one. I get that one, but I just think that first call with the 4th and 10 was a little unrealistic, especially because they weren't out of the game.
Looks like Robinson is just going to take the knee down and send it to halftime here.
And obviously, you got to be ready if you're the Wave defense. Anything can happen. So, you know, you got to be ready, especially with the Rams defense and what they've been able to do so far. The Rams offense and these trick plays they keep calling, you know, you got to wonder if they're going to run a fake spike or something. So the Rams, you know, obviously they had the first half. 28-3 is our final score in the first half here. Ryan, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, New Canaan, it's just been a phenomenal display from them. Obviously, the kickoff return from Alex Benevento on that first play. Alex Russi taking it to the house on the first play of scrimmage from New Canaan, but also forcing the fumble, and it's just been a great showing from both the offense, but especially the defense and special teams.
Liam?
Yeah, New Canaan has been nothing short of what we've seen from them all year, but Darien, going to the locker room, they're going to have to come out. They're going to need some spark coming in this one. I mean, New Canaan's just been all out, all over the offense, defense, so Darien definitely has a lot of goals for the second half of play.
And Darien needs, you know, they didn't get that last touchdown there that they were looking for, but they're obviously going to look to have a strong second half. And, you know, the key to the game for them is going to be to get good defensive coverage. You're not going to be able to win the game if you keep allowing points in the second half. And really, they're not able to afford any more points right now. So we'll cut it down to a sideline reporter, Ever Campbell, with an interview with Coach Marinelli.
Hi, I'm back here on the field. I'm here with Coach Marinelli, the head coach for the Rams. Coach, right now the Rams have been up 28-3, and it's halftime. What have the Rams been doing good so far?
Well, I think, you know, we've got some pretty skilled athletes that have done things almost all on their own. I don't think we're playing particularly well on either side of the ball right now. I think we've really got to go back and stop. You know, we've been fortunate that we've had some good athletes to make some plays, but we've got to kind of go back. It's not the way we usually play. We're usually a little bit tighter than this on defense, and so we have to go back and make some adjustments at halftime and see how we do. But I mean, they're a very good team, and you know, we got our hands full.
What are these adjustments you today?
We got to give quarterback a little bit more uncomfortable. I think he's standing back there, and we're making a 7-on-7 game out of it. And I think offensively, we just have to kind of go back and eliminate the stupid penalties. I mean, we've hurt ourselves more than they've hurt us.
Well, thank you so much, and have good luck
Thank you very
the
much.
game.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Obviously, Coach Marinelli looking forward to this second half of play. Ryan, we're going to close out here, and we'll see you guys down on the field for a little halftime show in a short moment. So looking forward to that, and we'll run sponsors. Thank you.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangio Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor, Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
So obviously a very impressive feat. halftime.
Just dominance from the opening kickoff from New Canaan. I mean, Alex Benevento taking the opening kick, and then the first snap on offense was an Alex Russi, about an 80-yard rushing touchdown. And throughout the rest of the half, it's New Canaan defense forcing turnovers into offense.
Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I think New Canaan, they were having a field day out there. They're dominant all around. They know how to pass the ball. They've been rushing really well, and their defense has been equally strong. This Darien team, they really need to come out here. They really need to have their goals set. And I think if they want to beat this New Canaan team, they just have to start from scratch, pretend like the game's just started.
I don't think the Darien offense is going to be able to score 40, 50 points in a half. And if you allow the Rams 2 touchdowns, those are kind of the numbers you're looking at. So the biggest keys here for Darien, be strong defensively and shut down New Canaan's run, pass, offensive game, special teams. It's tough. And it's going to take a lot. And the odds are definitely in New Canaan's favor for the second half, but there is still hope for Darien. Obviously, you brought up the Super Bowl of Patriots and Falcons. You know, the prediction is a lot higher than I think we thought. The score prediction, we thought Darien's defense would look a little stronger. The Rams did come out on top, and you know, to be honest, I'm not super surprised. I think the Rams have a super strong playbook. They have the guys to be successful. I think there's so much talent on this Rams offense that hasn't even been used yet. You've got wide receivers like Will Langford and other guys who still haven't had that first reception, and there is so much talent left to be used, and I think if the Rams can use that talent, they'll come away with this one. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, take a look at the first half stats. They really show. I mean, New Canaan's done really well on the offense. They've had 4 scores. They lead 28-3. This Darien team hasn't been able to progress on the field. They've made some nice attempts, but they haven't been able to find the end zone. And I think that's due to the Canaan defense. I mean, take a look here. Darien, 12 first downs, New Canaan 8. So, I mean, you just really take a look at it. They have more total yards than New Canaan, but overall, this New Canaan team's been really well.
And penalty yards, obviously something you always want to look at. New Canaan, 5 5-yard penalties. Darien, 3 for 20. And those third down conversions are key, and I think that shows in today's score. Darien has had 7 opportunities, only successfully converted on 2. New Canaan's 3 for 4. So New Canaan's play calling in those third down situations. They know what they're doing. The players stay composed, and they trust the process. Darien's had 44 plays to New Canaan's 20, and you know, you look at the score, and you know, you'd say that kind of surprises you, but when you really break it down, the fact that they've had 44 plays is more because New Canaan's scoring on every single time they get the ball, essentially. I mean, you know, it's crazy to say, but the first 2 times a Rams player touched the ball, it resulted in a touchdown, and that's why they've only had 20 plays so far. And obviously those 2 punts shows that Darien's defense is playing well. Like, despite the 28 points, there's a lot of promise, there's a lot of hope. They're just giving up those deep balls, they're giving up the trick plays, and that's what's led to the 28-3.
Yeah, I agree with, totally on that. I mean, you even take a look at the history of both these teams. They've just been dominating the past couple years. Like, teams know how to play football. They won the state championship last year, so Darien knew that coming here to play at Dunning in the Turkey Bowl is no easy feat. And overall, I mean, take a look at those records. 4 state titles for Darien, 5 for New Canaan. I mean, the records show that New Canaan and Darien are both really great football teams.
Right, obviously that's no surprise. New Canaan and Darien, 2 of the most storied football teams in the state, and that overall record since 2013 is pretty spot on, with the Rams barely with one more loss, so 1 more game played there. And FCIAC titles, obviously 3 for Darien. There is no championship game per se, but it just comes down to which team has the highest record or the highest seeding. So that has been Darien more since 2013. Obviously those FCIAC divisional titles in a similar situation, but state titles as far as playing in a state championship game, New Canaan edges Darien by 1, and that New Canaan-Darien record, which honestly, you know, it kind of surprises me a little bit that New Canaan takes that one, but when you look at the Turkey Bowls matchups specifically, there's no surprise. The last 5 have gone to New Canaan, and obviously that's where that 7-5 comes from. So, you know, just a quick thing to touch on too. Today, obviously, there's a lot of games going on around the FCIAC. Stanford's hot, 28-0.
Ludlow, you know, those would be the two teams I would expect to have a 6-2 score at Ludlow Ward. St. Joseph's Trumbull, obviously no scores there yet, but McMahon, Norwalk, McMahon taking this one away, 32-12. I wouldn't say I'm surprised. McMahon's done well this season. Staples, Greenwich, 14-7, which is actually probably the biggest matchup arguably in the state as the Class LL top seeds, and Greenwich is obviously ranked right now as the #1 team in the state, 8-0.
Yeah, Staples and Greenwich, that's most likely the FCIAC championship, two of the most highly rated teams in the FCIAC, and Staples right now leading the Cardinals 14-7, really shows that Greenwich is overall a beatable team, and that for furthermore in the Class LL state playoff rankings at Greenwich, if they lose that game, they may drop the #1 seed.
And that's all from us in your 2023 Turkey Bowl 29 halftime show. Myself, Gray Tomasco, to my right, Liam Tomaszewski, and to my left, Ryan Bell, signing off on the halftime show. We'll see you back up in the booth. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm here standing in front of this 2024 brand new Chevy Colorado, which is the grand prize for the NCHS Scholarship Foundation color drop. The color drop will be on March 24th, so buy your golf balls now or else they will sell out. There are 11 other grand new prizes. And I'm here with Randy the Ram. Randy, although you don't fit in this truck, unfortunately, do you want it? Yes? Should people buy golf balls so they can win? Yes? Oh my gosh. Well, clearly, to show your NCHS support, you should buy golf balls. All of the money that will be raised will go to the NCHS Scholarship Foundation, and they give out scholarships to NCHS alumni who need money to pay, who need financial aid to pay for college tuition. You can buy golf balls at nchs-sf.org or by coming up here and scanning the QR codes that are posted around this truck. Gray, Liam, and Ryan, back to you guys.
Of parents, students, teachers, coaches, and local businesses, and made it their mission to break down the stigmas of mental health, remind each other it's okay to not be okay. More than 200 players and coaches participate in the event, including Blue Wave head coach Andy Grant and Rams head coach Lou Marinelli. Nate Checketts, the co-founder and CEO of Menswear Brand, generously sponsored the dinner along with David Genovese and Baywater Properties. Checketts, who grew up in New Canaan, played for Coach Marinelli, currently lives in Darien, and is passionate about driving awareness around and improving the mental health of our communities. This is a big step for men's mental health in these two towns who put their rivalry aside for something so much bigger, the opportunity to change the mental health conversation for boys and men who often suffer in silence.
Support the NCHS Scholarship Foundation. Purchase a golf ball. Someone will win a brand new 2024 Chevy Colorado. The NC Color Drop will take place March 24th at Waveney. Check out the truck today, located at the entrance of Dunning Stadium. Already have a truck? There are 11 other great prizes too, including a $2,000 gift card to Walter Stewart's Market. All proceeds will go directly to NCHS graduates who rely on financial aid to help pay their college tuition expenses.
Pass. And we're going to go down to Ryan with our coach interview with Coach Grant, the Darien head coach. Ryan? And the Rams just took out. We'll head to Ryan in a sec, but you know, the Blue Wave obviously coming out first as the away team, so everyone's getting warm. You want to stay warm in the half, so now we'll send it down to Ryan Dahlquist with Coach Grant. Ryan?
And welcome back here to the Darien sideline. Alongside me, I got Teddy and I got Coach Grant. Coach, not really the opening we were looking for in that half. Is there anything you'd like to say and any kind of ideas you'd like to have forward?
Yeah, I mean, 4 big plays or four critical plays cost us 28 points. We lost a turnover in the red zone. Had a play called back. We're there. I mean, I think if we have a good second half, we can see the game kind of tip. Look forward to seeing what we can do in the second half.
Yeah, I think both these teams out here coming in with some pretty strong records. A lot of history between them, a lot of history in this Turkey Bowl. And thank you, Coach Grant, for those words. A lot of game left to play. Certainly not over yet. Teddy?
Back desk.
Thanks, Ryan. And as some of you might saw if
nice
you were in
work.
attendance today, but if not, just both received an award, I believe, for a sportsmanship-related thing. So that's awesome to see both towns receiving an award at halftime. Obviously, very special for the parents. You get to come down onto the field, and it just shows how much character your son has and how hard that he's worked to produce, you know, this, because it's not easy to show up on Turkey Day and put this show on the field in front of thousands of people, and to be honest, you know, almost close to 100,000 in terms of total watching and everyone who's seen the game. So it's really a remarkable event and truly a special thing that both towns have put on for the last 29 years. And you know, now with no ties, we obviously get a result, but back in '03 there was that tie, which probably wasn't very fun for either team. So obviously a lot of anticipation building here in the second half. The Wave needs to do something to get back on track here in this one. They're kind of slipping away in that first half, but they're going to have a second opportunity here to come back, a second half of play. Obviously, if New Canaan can score 28 points in the first half, so can Darien. So this is anyone's game, to be honest. And, you know, obviously the Rams have a very hefty lead of 25 points. But, you know, we talked about some of the keys. What do you think Coach Grant told his guys in the locker room?
I think he just said you have to get out there and you have to go early. Again, this Darien offense, they have the weapons. This Darien defense is a really solid defense. But here we haven't seen it so far, but I mean, they are capable of doing this Darien defense. They have the linebackers. They have the strength. But this Darien offense, at the helm of quarterback Ben Rolap, I mean, they can do it. They just have to get the ball in the end zone.
Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Marinelli just keep playing the way you've been playing. 28 points in the first half. Special teams defense really kind of showed us that they've been doing really good. And I think as long as the offense can just stay consistent with what they've been doing, I think New Canaan's got it for the second half.
And obviously Darien receives the ball. Coach Marinelli just taking the field now, and he's a little surprised they're getting going so quick. He looks like he wanted to talk to his players on the sideline, but we'll see. Coach Silvestri pushing him off. Marinelli still on the field. And the refs are going to see if maybe delay a game or something. Marinelli's stopping the game himself.
Nice. See if we'll walk over to the sideline. There you go.
Looks like a little miscommunication. Not sure up in the booth what the situation is, but Marinelli took the field a little later. Maybe a miscommunication with clock or the length of halftime. But things are all sorted out, and we're moments away from the kickoff here. Set back to return for Darien. You've got Harry Rooney, and then the first kickoff returner in number 20, Thomas Hall. Now it drops back to Hall. He had that first return. Let's see what he can do with this one. The junior's got a lane. Can Esposito make the tackle? He's got some space. Hit by Tucker Stevens. and comes down. Obviously an important hit to save a touchdown there, but what a return from
nice
Thomas
job
Hall.
there by Thomas Hall. Again, on the kick return, trying to get some good yardage for the Blue Wave, and they did a great job. I mean, earlier in this first half, we saw them back at their own 10, 20-yard line. Now they're at the 50, which is great field position for the Wave.
And we're going to check out the replay there, and that return from Thomas Hall. What a return. Takes it back at the 10, a 40-yard gain, and obviously that's a product of great blocking, and a lot of Rams players missed, and that last line of defense is always the kicker, and Tucker Stevens was able to make that play, and look at that hit, lowering his shoulder. And
yeah, shows heart. If you're the kicker there, you're not afraid to put your shoulder down.
And a great play by Thomas Hall to knock him over and get an extra yard. And rep down thrown to Chekarov. The reception to number 25 on this Wave offensive. 29, that is a Herget.
Thomas Herget, number 29, again, a sophomore. He's gotten out there. He'll be a main starter next year, his senior year, but just right there, it just shows the Blue Wave. They have a lot of different weapons on the offense.
We're going to check out the replay of that one. The pass from Rolap to Herget on the outside, taken down by Tchakarov. He read that play, knew the screen pass was coming.
Great read by Simon Chakrop, just being the flats to stop that wide-out screen.
Rolap drops back in the shotgun, some pressure, and the short pass brought down by Michael Smith. Gain of 3.
You know, we mentioned Michael Smith in the secondary. You got guys like Benevento and Luke Bappa. Michael Smith, he's been all over the field today, as he's been really the whole season making a good tackle there.
Great play by Connor Lane to get that reception and get a few yards. We'll see that there. The short pass, and Connor Lane gets a few yards, but still deep territory. You know, 3rd and 9, it's manageable if you're the offense with a little bit of momentum, as the Wave does have right now. So we'll see how this one pans out.
Yeah, got to convert. What was it, 2 for 7 in the first half for Darien on 3rd down? So you got to be able to convert these.
And we'll see if they can. The Wave drops back, the fake handoff, the throw to Roach. He falls down with it, and kind of finishing off is Luke Bopp there. And it's 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what the Wave's going to be able to do. 3rd and
this Darien team is staying on the field for another 4th down. We'll see if they're going to be aggressive once more.
My bad, that was 4th down there. We got 4th and 5 for Darien in the New Canaan territory. So the Wave already starting off with that big kick return. This is a key 4th down. It's the 3rd one they've gone for instead of electing to punt, as Darien's only had 1 punt and didn't really work out. The motion from Caesar. A whistle blown dead, a flag on the play. We'll see who this one's on. Refs are going to take a moment to talk this one over.
The referee's definitely going to talk it over, because if this one penalty is against the Rams, the Wave will get a 1st down and 10.
We'll see. That this one could be against both teams. I don't think either team knows what the call is.
Let's see.
The flag is waved. Not sure what they thought. Maybe a miscommunication about the play clock being at 0, or mistaken timeout, or we're not really sure. The play clock is up and working, but it's not. It's not working. It's up, but it's not working.
4th and 5.
And we'll see. Rolap takes the motion from Caesar. It's the same play. And a short ball thrown to Bonner brings it in. Not enough for the 1st down. So
short of the sticks, yeah.
You got to stay on your feet in a situation like that when you need that extra yard. And unfortunately, this is a game of inches, and that just didn't go Darien's way.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Will Bonner, he's done really well on the offensive side, but right there, again, you have to just charge towards that 1st down marker. That's all you need, and that Darien was a waste opportunity.
And let's check out the replay here. Obviously Caesar's route, and Bonner was wide open, no one on him. It confused that Rams defense with all those routes being run, but Liam, obviously an unfortunate 1-yard miss from the Wave in an important possession. What do you think this defense is going to do this drive?
So this defense, I mean, this Darien defense, they've been hot all game, but right here is when you need to make a statement stop and show that Darien is still in this game. If New Canaan gets another score on the board, Darien's hopes of trying to get anything really go away.
And Alex Rusty lining up at quarterback. Fakes the pitch. He's got some field to run. Rusty brought down in Darien's 38-yard line. What a run by him. Second time the ball's in his hands, and once again, does an amazing job of just getting yards.
That great fake by Alex Russi. Obviously had the 80-yard touchdown off the QB power in the first quarter right there. Just a fake pitch. You take a look at the replay. Fakes it to the left side. Russi on the QB power. That's going to be a guaranteed 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards for New Canaan.
And you note he's running without that glove there. It's funny, when quarterback Luke Robinson ran in, he tossed the glove to Alex Russi to come in at receiver. Robinson drops back, looks for the screen, and the inside route. That one almost picked off by number 5, Ben Curtis.
Yeah, Ben Curtis had a pick 6 in the game earlier in the season against Fairfield Prep, so he's been a prime linebacker for this Wave team.
I'm a little surprised for Luke Robinson. I mean, he threw that ball into Alex Russi, but sophomore Ryan Brooks might have had a step on the cornerback there, so I'm a little surprised Robinson didn't want to give him the shot there.
I honestly think Ben Curtis just made a great play there. You'll see here on the replay, that deep ball was there, but I think Robinson was looking for that Russi connection. They have a great relationship, and he wanted to hit him. That was probably the primary target, and Curtis just did a great job of breaking that one up. Shotgun pass, the handoff to Cooper Smith. Looks to find another lane, can't. Gain of none. And that'll be 3rd and long after the incompletion and the short run attempt.
Yeah, this Darien defense done a good job. They've been forcing New Canaan to make these 3rd downs. Look right there on the replay. Cooper Smith nowhere to go. That Darien defensive line has been all over the place.
And Brant Kisser, the junior, 6'1", did a great job forcing Cooper Smith.
A little trickery from New Canaan, putting the offensive line on both sides and getting together.
They love that trickery, some pressure there, and obviously with pressure leaves people wide open. And Cooper Smith finds some field trip down by number 92. Will Barber saves a potential touchdown.
Great cutback by Cooper Smith. I mean, he still went up that sideline, probably would have stepped out or been pushed out, but he got himself about an extra 10, 15 yards just from that cutback. Another great call by Jimmy Nugent in the New Canaan offense.
Cooper Smith really shows his athletic ability, making that deke to get around. I mean, you look at that replay, Smith is all over there. He's over on the sideline. Then all of a sudden he's going towards the middle. Really a great running back.
Great job by Cooper Smith. Been doing an amazing job this game. Russi takes the snap, probably going to run this one, and no, he's going to throw it. Esposito with the catch.
Yep.
Great receiver for the Rams. He's been doing an amazing job all season. A huge catch today. Probably catch of the game, to be honest, earlier in the first half. So we'll check out this one. And obviously when Russi's lined up at quarterback, the Wave's not going to expect him to throw the ball. They're going to expect him to run, but great job by him to get a ball off, and it's enough for the first down.
Yeah, Russi rolling to his left, obviously the weak side, but great corner route by Andrew Esposito, catching that and putting New Canaan inside the 5-yard line.
And I don't see Luke Reed out here on the field, so I'm going to assume Coach Marinelli is going to want to rest him for maybe the state playoffs. They're going to put in Mike Smith at that jumbo position, and, to be honest, with blockers.
With a flag as well.
And it won't be enough. I thought he was going to get in there. I thought he had a gap. But great defensive play from Darien there to stop that jumbo set.
I think they might have got a chop block on New Canaan there, so that's going to move it back about 10 yards for the Rams.
And that is not a common penalty. But when it happens, great call by the refs to pick that one out. And that'll hurt this Rams offense. They're going to be 1st and goal. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
We're looking at 1st and 20.
Yeah, I mean, chop blocks, like you said, Gray, you don't see him that called often because I feel like offensive linemen, they're always going low, so that's kind of hit or miss on what they call it, but the refs there are going to throw the flag there.
So 1st and 19 from the opponent's 19. The Rams looking for a touchdown here. They bring in their spread offense, trips to the right side. And let's see where Robinson throws the ball. A good route to Russi. A lot of space, and just like that, the Rams are on the 2.
Yeah, Russi, really great pass right there. Finds an open man. I think Russi received that ball, but really great job by the Rams offense.
Yeah, Robinson finding Alex Russi. We'll take a look at the replay, but now New Canaan is on the 2-yard line. Got another great route by Alex Russi to get 17 yards there, and now you got to imagine we'll see maybe a little jumbo or some trickery from the Rams.
And Darien's student section has thinned out a pretty decent amount. New Canaan's, I'm surprised. Normally New Canaan's Lees, but we've got pretty good attendance from them today. I don't see many people lost. And some trickery there. Luke Robinson looking to take it himself, brought down by Briggs McGuckin, our defensive player to watch.
Again, it looked like number 6, Alex Benevento, was going over that left side. Looked like he almost had the ball, trying to fake out the Darien defense, but again, making a huge crucial stop.
And we'll check out the replay on that play. No gain, 3rd and 2 on the goal line.
That's the thing for New Canaan, though, when you're inside the 5. There's so many possibilities from that one formation. You know, Robinson can keep, he can hand it off, a play-action fakes. We'll see what they got here with Luke Robinson.
I think they give it up to the middle to Garcia. There's the handoff, the fullback dive, and a whistle. Penalty flag, that one on Darien, maybe a false start.
Offsides. Yeah. All right, so that's just going to move New Canaan down to about the 1.
Half the distance to the goal line. It'll be
No
third
first,
down
yeah.
and 1. The Rams 1 yard away from this end zone here. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Will we see the tush push?
Maybe they run it, but you know, look, I said it earlier. I thought they'd run it with Rusty, and they'll give it around to Mike Smith. Can he fight for the touchdown? He's fighting it. Alex Benevento pushes him.
Refs, no signal. Down at the 1. Wow.
Nice brute force by the Blue Wave, and we saw all the energy right on that play, forcing New Canaan to not make it past that goal line.
And you got to know what's coming. You know they're going to run that to the outside and not up the middle. And I think
there's some tempo.
We'll see. And they do the tush push.
No signal. Still no signal from the refs.
That's going to be a tough one. I think they're going to spot him short. Tough call from the referees. You know, obviously he's going to get pushed back, and he's called short. No touchdown. So obviously the Rams upset about not being able to finish on that possession after that big play from Rusty. But we'll check out some angles here, this close up from Michael Smith driving, and there was a face mask actually that didn't get called. So you know, that definitely would have helped, and maybe a second one there in the helmet. But obviously clean from the Darien defense right there, and a great play by them to prevent that touchdown.
Yeah, number 90, Brant Kaiser, the junior lineman, all over there for the Blue Wave, adding that extra force to force the Rams not in that end zone.
Yeah, New Canaan, you're going to be a little frustrated there as we'll see some more angles. This was the Robinson tush push. We'll actually cut away from the replay. But yeah, New Canaan, you want to end with 7 points there, and you're at the 1 yard line. Robinson on the tush push. That's the thing. On the tush push, if you're going to score, the ref's going to call that quickly for a touchdown. That one took a little too long. Good stop by the Blue Wave defense.
Well, let's see. Caesar and Tom in the backfield. So they did this last time when they wanted to get a little more space. They give that one to Caesar. Direct snap and they'll get enough yards to be safe from that end zone. But I think that Rams defense was looking to be aggressive and looking for a potential safety. Great tackle by Connor Mazza there. We'll check out a replay from that goal line perspective. Yeah, brought down by a swarm of defenders. But that's all that Luke Caesar was looking for, to create a little bit of space, and a fake pitch, and Tom will keep that one. It's not enough. He'll be brought down. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Liam?
Yeah, this Wave team has not been able to catch any breaks. This Rams team is just going full force. They're not giving the Blue Wave any opportunities. And right now for Darien, I wouldn't be surprised if they go just for a long ball, get a long pass, and get out of this backyard line.
Tom. Tom with a great carry, but New Canaan's defense, obviously you got the big boys up front, aren't going to let much pass unless you get a clear hole. And Caesar to the outside. Let's see if Benevento can cut down, and that's definitely a first down. And Liam, to be honest, if it was 4th down in that situation, what do you think Darien would have done? Do you think they would have punted, or do you think they would have gone for it?
Well, from that yardage, I do not think Darien would go for that one. I mean, that's your back in your own line. I mean, you're almost asking to get injured on that one as a team. But for the Blue Wave, now they have 1st down and 10. Now they really need to go.
See what Rolap's going to do in the backfield. He takes this snap, and a great ball to Roach. That one actually tipped by Michael Smith. Could have helped out Kevin Roach there in the reception, but I think regardless, he was going to come down with that ball if there was no contact.
Yeah, Michael Smith, maybe one more step to his right. He could have got a pick, and most likely a pick 6 there. But still, I mean, good awareness to tip that, but Darien, they're going to take the completion.
a gain of 4. We have 2nd and 6. Good reception. Darien's got to continue to do that, and looks like they'll isolate Benevento in man coverage on that right side as the ball is placed in the left hash. And roll-up's going to drop pass. They're going to target that matchup. They're going to throw it up, and that ball too far wide to the sideline. But look, that's one of those. Oh, and a great ball from Coach, by the way. But that's one of those plays that you kind of see coming before it happens. It's 2nd and 6. You're in a tough position. Darien wants to play aggressive. They're down 25, and they're going to target that isolated matchup that's worked for them earlier.
Yeah, whenever your receiver is going long and then they have to come in to get it, it usually doesn't end up well, and that's an example right there. Kevin Roche was going for the long ball and had to charge on in, and that New Canaan defense was ready.
Roll out the fake handoff to Shelton. He's going deep, and that one caught by Tom, and that's probably a pass interference call too, but what a play to bring him to the 50. I mean, that's a 30-yard gain, almost 30-yard gain. So remarkable play by Darien's Tom. Obviously, you need that from your tight end, Charlie Tom.
It's another great throw by Ben Rolap. I mean, if you were watching this game, you didn't know anything about him, you might think he's a senior, but he's only a sophomore. But he's just been throwing the ball perfectly today for the Blue Wave.
Couldn't agree more. He's been doing a great job, and the Wave needs to take these opportunities to drive down the field, and we'll see what they can do. Throw the ball again to Charlie Tom, and he's brought down by Ryan Leahy. Not enough for the first, but a pretty significant gain, maybe about 7 yards, and Darien's got to keep passing. New Canaan's run defense is just so strong, so impressive, and they're known for that, and Darien's so good at passing the ball. I'd like to see him air it out a little bit more.
Yeah, New Canaan's been so good on the pass rush this entire day, not giving Rolap any time or really any opportunities at all. But for right now, the Blue Wave, they're in New Canaan territory. Minute and a half left to go before the end of the third. They need to create something.
And we'll see what's going to happen here. Rolap in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, and another pass. Some pressure from the New Canaan defense. Throws that one away. Great play by the quarterback to save the sack, but now it's 3rd and 4. Obviously, Darien struggling with 3rd down conversions today, so we'll see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. Obviously, Darien's going to try a hard count. We heard a parent in the stands tell this New Canaan defensive to stay on sides, and no, they don't, but the run to Shelton, enough for the first. Darien looking in the right direction, doing these little things right. Let's see what they can do.
Clock's still running for Darien. I mean, you'd imagine trying to go a little tempo, maybe no huddle, because you want to score as quickly as you can, probably not let this clock go into the 4th quarter.
And I think Darien knows they have to pass the ball, but it's tough because that uses a lot of endurance of your players, and especially if you need a lot of touchdowns. See what's going to happen here. Oh, he should have kept it. Should have kept it. Rolap had a lane. It probably would have been enough for a 1st down, but obviously you got to look downfield to Hurrigan. That's a good look. It's a good attempt, but with that strong secondary there, it's a tough pass to make. And just a quick comment: we do have the play clock up and running again, so let's check out this replay here. That's what I'm talking about. That lane on the right side, 1 man to beat, and Leahy. So he elected to look for the deep ball. In a game like this, you need it, but sucks when you don't come down with it. Pass to Charlie Tom. Once again, this is his drive here. Reminds me of Hawkinson on the Vikings, and they'll give him a drive or two, or Kincaid on the Bills too. He's looking great.
Yeah, Tom really adds to the strong Darien offense. I mean, he's a really tall player along with Kevin Roche. He can make the plays happen. Just give him the ball, and he'll create something.
Shotgun snap. Drops back to pass. Benevento interception with some space to run to the outside. Flag down on the play, and he's going all the way. Can't say we're surprised. Alex Benevento, pick 6. Wow.
We'll see the flag, but I mean, hopefully, we'll see if that stands. We'll see holding Marinelli.
It is holding. Let's see what team it's on. Marinelli looks upset, probably on the Rams, but.
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
Wow, I mean, Alex Benevento, the athletic ability of him to make that pick 6. I mean, he had a touchdown on the kick return, but with the look of Lou Marinelli, that one might be going back.
Yeah, well, that would have been his 4th tonight, right, for Benevento? I think so.
Fourth touchdown.
Yeah.
Would have been his 4th touchdown. Great guy to have in fantasy. And that one, holding on the Rams, will be called back. But, guys, if we'll check out that replay. What a remarkable pick 6 from Benevento. And if that touchdown stood and counted, that game's pretty much sealed with a quarter left to play. But let's see Benevento, that interception off of Roche. Obviously, you're going to want to be cautious about that matchup. But Benevento's just beating everyone in a foot race. There's no comparison to his speed on this football field or potentially even in this state.
Yeah, Gray, I mean, you mentioned those fantasy stats. I mean, he's got to be, I don't have the information, but that's got to be the first player in Turkey Bowl history, if that were to stand, an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and a special teams touchdown. I mean, Alex Benevento, he's been everywhere today.
Very true. I'd be surprised to hear that someone else has put up a stat line like that before, but regardless, he's still sitting at the 3 touchdown mark and another quarter left to play. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of limited his touches in the 4th quarter, especially in this situation, but we'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah, Alex Benevento, I mean, the Brown University baseball commit, so he has the strength to him, and when he brings it to the football field, it really shines. And like you said, Ryan, special teams touchdown, defensive touchdown, and offensive touchdown just really shows how big of a character he is.
And we'll see here, obviously a timeout called by the Rams. Just reset a little bit, maybe give Benevento a rest after that big return and kind of calm everyone's nerves down. It's easy to get excited and shaken up after a pick 6. So we'll see. 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. One more play to close this one out. Darien benefiting from that pick 6. It's funny to say, but that holding call gave him an extra 5, enough for a first down. An extra 10, I believe. Shotgun snap back to Rolap. He's going deep. He's got a receiver. That one batted away by Michael Smith at the last moment. Charlie Tom almost had a touchdown with a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That could have been rough for the Rams, but great defensive play by Mike Smith to bat that one down and look over his shoulder.
Great coverage by Michael Smith. Looked like Charlie Tom had that in his hands. Smith might have been beat off the line of scrimmage, but he was able to backtrack, swat that ball away.
Yeah, Michael Smith, just been all-around great player, and making a swat like that really shows they're not letting Darien get any end zone opportunities.
Rolap in the backfield, takes his shotgun snap, the handoff up the middle. Shelton's got some room, brought down by Ryan Leahy. We've heard his name a lot tonight, or this afternoon.
Taking us to the end of the 3rd quarter after that one.
That'll be the end of the 3rd here. No points scored. Surprisingly, almost had the pick 6 on the board. So we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Eva Campbell, to interview another alumni, this time Walker Blair, who's playing at Lehigh football. Eva?
With the score, New Canaan, 28.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing here next to NCHS's alumni, Walker Blair. Walker played safety, and he was also a senior captain. He graduated last year, class of 2023, and now he's playing D1 at Lehigh University. Walker, as an alumni, you're looking back, it was just you here playing last year. What strengths do you see from New Canaan?
I think the brotherhood between the teammates, the closest, the bonds that they've formed over the summer workouts, all fall camp practice, that's something that's absolutely has no replacement. So the tightness that these guys are, that's the reason the score is what it is today.
Yeah, totally. And do you think, I mean, obviously we're pretty far ahead, 28-3. Do you think that any adjustments need to be made for the teams just to ensure that they can stay in the lead?
I don't think any adjustments need to be made, just to keep playing hard, finish out this game, go eat some turkey.
All right, thank you so much for your time. All right, guys, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Eva. Great hearing from a fellow friend and a fellow teammate, Walker Blair of Lehigh football. He's been doing a great job so far. He did graduate last year, and for those of you on the broadcast, you might remember he was the guy playing with a club on his hand late in the season and still making plays with one-arm tackles in the red zone. So remarkable alumni and great to see him at the game. Ideal field positioning for Darien. Rolap with the handoff to the right. Shelton's got some space, and Benevento takes him down.
Yeah, Clifton Shelton moving that ball closer and closer to the end zone for Darien. It's going to help them. But right here, they're going to have to put a score, try to get some injury onto the New Canaan side.
I'm going to check out a replay of that run. 6-yard gain from Shelton. He had some space. A little faster, he probably would have had that outside edge and maybe a touchdown, but
It's a great stop by Benevento there.
and a great play from Shelton. Roll up, handoff to Shelton, the same play, this time for a touchdown, and taken down by Benevento again, but this time the 6 yards leads him into the end zone, so actually the same exact outcome, but Blue Wave just executed twice in a row. So Clifton Shelton, what a play, what a possession for him there, starting off the third quarter, and a big touchdown for Darien. If they hit this extra point, they're only down 3 scores.
Yeah, Clifton Shelton, that's his 5th touchdown on the year, and what a good one to come out in the Turkey Bowl. So Darien, they're going to look to put the PAT on this one.
And a great kick from the kicker. Sikora has been doing a great job, Liam, as you said, all season, and so far today he's done all that he can. So we'll check out this replay on the touchdown, and obviously we cut out there, but you can see that Shelton's doing everything that he can, and he had limited touches earlier in this game, but he's picked up and capitalized on the opportunities he's given. The Rams are gonna check out the wide shot here of that touchdown, and Shelton's got that gap there. Great job blocking Kevin Roach to give the Blue Wave their first score of the game.
Yeah, now 28-10 for New Canaan. If you're Darien, you got to force 3 and outs, obviously 3 timeouts. You don't want to call those until about maybe 4 minutes and under. So if you're Darien, what you got to do, get a 3 and out, get it back on offense, and you just got to have quick possessions on offense to score to try and bring this game back.
And we'll see what happens on this return. I wouldn't be surprised if Sikora's targeting another one of those little chip kicks to prevent a Benevento return touchdown. He's hungry after that pick 6 got called back because of the holding.
Oh.
And a botched onside kick.
That one didn't go 10 yards.
Look, I mean, you got to go for something like that in the game. I like the play call. I think the Rams were a little bit surprised by it. And fortunate enough for them, kind of went in their favor in terms of the ball not going very far. But that might not have worked out very well for the Rams if that ball made it 10 yards. So we'll check out the replay of that one right here.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that was Darien's goal. And I mean, that ball barely went a yard or two. But now New Canaan's got optimal field position. There's still plenty of time left to go in quarter 4. But if Darien wants to maintain that offense, they're going to have to really do well in defense here.
This Rams offensive line been doing a great job all day. I don't think they get enough credit for the work they do to protect their quarterback and allow the receptions that have happened. Robinson takes the snap and handoff to Cooper Smith. Almost brought down. Well, brought down by a swarm of Wave defenders. Liam Calabro the first.
The Blue Wave really attacking Cooper Smith on the rush, and right there it just shows what high caliber Darien defense can bring.
First time we're saying Calabro's name so far tonight, but this afternoon he almost had that tackle and just lost his grip there, lost his takedown. Cooper Smith slipped right out of that grip and then brought down a second time by number 90, Brant Kisser, the junior. He's a guy that'll see time in big games, and there's his impact there on the field. 2nd and 15 for the Rams. Luke Robinson takes the snap, a handoff once again to Cooper Smith, who's got some space to run and a little tripped up, but he still makes something out of that. A few more yards after carry, and looks to be about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's what you want in 2nd and 15. Chunk yardage to try and set up a short 3rd down. Now if you're New Canaan, ball's on the 35, 3rd and 3. If you don't get this, you have 4th down in your back pocket if you want to go for it as well.
Yeah, huge 3rd down save here for Darien. They need to really charge Luke Robinson at the quarterback, apply that heavy pressure, try to force another 4th down.
Cooper Smith today, 10 attempts, 15 yards. yard-and-a-half average, but it feels like he's been doing a lot better. I don't think that's completely correct, but we'll see right now with Luke Robinson, the little pass there to, I believe, Will Langford.
Yeah, Walker Brown on that tackle for Darien, and that was going to be really close to the first down marker.
First catch of the day for Will Langford. I haven't had to call his name too much.
Yeah, you know, Will's a good player. You know, he's got a lot of style on the field, and we'll check this one out here. He's lined up on the left side in that slot position, and Robinson, obviously, a great connection with him, takes the snap, and then on this replay, Langford goes up for a block and kind of cuts out and a little 1-2 yard out route and makes a great play for the first down.
And New Canaan just really winding down this play clock as much as they can.
Right, which makes sense. You know, 5 seconds left in the play clock here, but Cooper Smith with the run. I don't know what I saw, but I thought the ball flew out for a second, but Cooper Smith, great run there. Great carry, great yardage. Cooper's been great tonight. I could use better words. Amazing, ridiculous.
Spectacular.
He's spectacular. He's been doing a great job all afternoon, and he's done everything Coach Marinelli's asked of him and more.
Yeah, Smith has really been the spark plug of this New Canaan offense, and right there just shows his athletic ability, being able to charge through that heavy and very well-taught Darien defense.
And New Canaan probably not even going to snap this ball till about 5 seconds on the play clock, maybe less, just trying to milk as much clock as they can, just wind it down. Very bad for Darien here.
New Canaan 175 rushing yards, Darien's 134. Obviously, Darien been very talented in the passing game tonight, and that option just saved Luke Robinson from a very big hit, but either way, it looks like they're being taken down. A great job by the Darien defense. And they'll pull out Cooper Smith right now. Not surprised. They want to rest him. He's taken a lot of hits, and especially in a situation like this, you want to give your guys a deep breath, and especially like players such as Luke Reed, who might have been hurt earlier in the game. No need to risk re-injury. Cooper Smith taken down there on the replay. Thomas Garcia, the new running back, checked in for him to the right of Robinson. Robinson take this snap, no handoff, but Garcia blocking for him. It's enough for the first and change. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 14.
Love that play call because normally Alex Russey's the one taking those QB powers, but you stick Luke Robinson back there, the main starter. He does the QB power, especially with Thomas Garcia as your main blocker. That's going to pick up a first down for New Canaan.
Yeah, the QB power play, definitely we've seen it with Alex Russey, but moving to Luke Robinson just really shows the depth and versatility that this New Canaan offense has. They really just know. I mean, they have so many guys all over the place. They know how to make the plays when they need to.
And 2 wide receivers to both sides of the ball for New Canaan. A lot of wideouts. Darien probably going to bring the pressure, and Robinson going to take this snap and the handoff to Garcia. He's taken down, gain of 1 or 2, but Garcia with a great carry. He's checked into this one, obviously the starting fullback for the Rams.
Yeah, Garcia, mainly a linebacker. Last year, I know that he got a lot of, not a lot, say a few snaps at running back, and they kind of changed up this year, playing fullback, a little bit of halfback. Right now, and you're up by 18, take Cooper Smith out and let Garcia get a few carries.
Liam, what do you have to say about this Darien defense right now approaching the red zone?
Yeah, this Darien defense, they need to make a big stop. I mean, this New Canaan offense is just charged the entire day, and right now, 2nd down and 9, they're going to have to really make a crucial stop.
It'll be 2nd and 9 on the 14. You got to imagine Robinson, again, milking the clock. Hands that one off to Garcia again.
Garcia just with a safe carry, doesn't want to fumble or anything, and doing a great job of just getting the yards that the team needs him to. And we'll see what New Canaan's going to do here.
Ball on the 10, 3rd and 5 for New Canaan. We'll see, if they don't get this, whether they just want to take the 3 points with Tucker Stevens or go for it on 4th down.
And the drop back pass to Cooper Smith. He's back in the game. A little swing pass, Cooper Smith. Not enough, and it'll be 4th down. I think the Rams are going to kick a field goal here. No reason to go for it and give Tucker Stevens some more points. Obviously his leg ready, so we'll check out the play call. We'll check out this replay here of Cooper Smith. Doing a great job all game, obviously. Cooper Smith, you know, an amazing back for the Rams, such a valuable asset. And, you know, we were curious to see, you know, that with that workload of Dylan Pryor removed, obviously Dylan Pryor takes a lot of that load. So Cooper Smith's been doing a great job in a game like this. You know, I think it's easy. It takes a lot of the pressure off your shoulders. So it's easy to calm yourself down when you got guys like Benevento scoring touchdowns on the first play of the game, or Alex Russi scoring with the first run of the game.
You see Lou Marinelli just took the play clock down to 1 second, then called a timeout just to waste as much time as possible. We'll see if Tucker Stevens will come out in the field goal unit.
And then, to be honest here, like Darien, how does Darien finish this game, Liam? You know, what do you do in this situation? You got 4 minutes 26 seconds. It's relatively unrealistic to come back. You know, there's a lot of quiet energy from the crowd. You know, you want to touch on that?
Darien has lost their energy and momentum, but I mean, just think about it. I think we'll be right back after socials.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV 78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!
And we are back here. Tucker Stevens, the Rams are going for the field goal.
Looking to give New Canaan a 21-point lead with just under 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go for his first field goal of the day.
And the kick is up. That one.
That's got to feel good for him. The former.
A little chippy, but good.
Yeah, it's got to feel great for Tucker Stevens. Obviously, the former Darien kicker last year, now over here at New Canaan. It's got to just give him so much momentum. Just feeling good for him right now.
And Tucker's had a perfect game so far today, and this is definitely the game, excuse me, that he's wanted to have. He's definitely had a lot of pressure from the Darien community as he transferred over amid head coaching changes, so there's definitely a lot of pressure on your shoulders, but I know New Canaan welcomed him very well. Tucker was, welcomed with open arms for the football team, so what the football team's done for New Canaan and just embraced him as their own, even though he's been at Darien for a few years, is special.
Yeah, I mean, there has been a few struggles, obviously missed kicks, but that's part of football, so that's always going to happen, and he's been doing good. I mean, I think another just star player, talking about Tucker Stevens making kicks, Benevento, he's got the offense and the special teams touchdown. The defensive one, that one was called back. So, again, I think we touched on that one earlier, but Benevento's having a star game.
A drive summary, 9 plays, 33 yards, 7-minute drive. That's exactly what the Rams were looking to do, take 7 minutes off the clock and finish this one out. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here. I'm very surprised with the New Canaan Bomb Squad is still hanging in there. Obviously they want to take the field. Tradition, as always, to take the field of the winning team. So,
yeah, there's been a couple games where sometimes they leave a little early, but right here, Turkey Bowl, obviously the Thanksgiving rivalry. Respect to them for staying here.
And Tucker Stevens, obviously the tradition to run the field. We'll see that in 4 minutes, depending on who wins this one. And Herget back to receive this one. He takes the ball. He breaks a series of tackles, but goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, and we'll see what Darien can do on what is most likely their last possession. Forced out of bounds by Alex Benevento. There's our guy right there, our pregame defensive player to watch, and he's scored 3 touchdowns, so that's something that was kind of expected from Benevento, but it's just funny that our defensive player of the game scored 3 touchdowns for the Rams in the biggest game of his career.
And to note, our defensive player of the game has not scored a defensive touchdown. He's got the offense and the special teams touchdown.
And we'll see Rolap in the backfield here. Looks off Bonner, looking for a deeper route. Some pressure from Carter Seipel into Chakarov. That one thrown out of bounds. Great catch by Coach Silvestri.
Chris Silvestri showing great hands on the sideline. Defensive coordinator playing defensive back.
And Carter Seipel there with some pressure. He's in at nose guard right now. Chasing down Rolap, making him get rid of that one. Hand off to Shelton, who's brought down with some contact from some big boys. That's Miles Chisholm, Carter Seipel, Walter Schmitz, all three of them in on the tackle.
Yeah, this New Canaan defense does not know how to let up. They've been going from the start of the game to right now, and there's really no in between.
I think that's something pregame, and we saw with Chris Silvestri getting the whole defensive line ready, making sure they don't jump. He does a great job of just setting the whole defense up for success.
Drop back pass from Rolap to Luke Caesar. Not enough for the first. It'll be 4th and 2. And great play by Carter Seipel on that last one, that tackle. Obviously, you know, Carter at nose guard, he's a great player, going to play football at Denison. Very athletic.
4th and 2, Darien obviously just going for this.
Ben Rolap today, 0 touchdowns, almost 200 yards, 28 for 42 on completion. So Darien has aired the ball out a lot.
That one's right at the sticks. We'll see what the refs spot this one. They're going to give Darien a first down.
Yeah, Darien will get a first down, but again, this game, the clock is just winding down, so looks like New Canaan is going to be taking glory in this one.
And 3 minutes left in this game. Obviously, you have to do your best to drive the field here, and we'll see what they can do. Drops back, Rolap with some open space, one-on-one with Leahy. Beats Leahy to the outside, enough for the first down. Rolap goes out of bounds at the 35. Great job by Rolap there. You know, to be honest, Rolap's having a pretty good game. He's, you know, 60, 70% completion in that range, and almost 200 yards passing, and obviously rushing. He just had his first rushing attempt or big gain of the game, so he's been doing all he can. It's tough against this Rams defense. Drops back, Rolap. Throws the ball to Bonner, who's taken down by Leahy. Leahy, the one with the one-on-one tackle, just barely missed on that last play, so probably feels pretty good for him to take down Bonner with some force.
You know, I'm already seeing the New Canaan sideline. You see all the guys smiling, you know, dapping each other up. So they're feeling good as these final 2 minutes, about 25 seconds play out.
And it's interesting, as you just saw there, the Rams have about 30 less yards than the Wave. So the Wave has been more productive offensively, but this Darien defense is good when it matters. Rolap takes the snap, drops back. This is one to the inside. That's Tom, and it's caught. Caught over the head of the number, Grayson Ladley.
Yeah, nice job there at number 86, Charlie Tom. He's been a great tight end this entire year, but this game he's really shown out. He really came to play, and right now moving Darien closer and closer to that end zone.
And we'll see what happens. Drops back, a far right receiver open, but Rolap's going to keep it himself. Will he slide? Now he's going to try and get yards, and he's brought down by Leahy once again. As this game ticks out, we have 2 minutes left to play here. 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Liam, I know you mentioned earlier that Rolap, he doesn't run too much, but right now, I mean, he's just been doing all he can because of how good this New Canaan defense has been.
Yeah, he hasn't been too much of a mobile quarterback this year. He's really gone to his arm strength. But right now in this game, he's surpassed his mark on the rushing and really shown out a different attribute in his ability.
And some trickery to Darien. Gets them a few. We'll see if it's enough for the first down. Not sure. Looks like he's a 2 yard or two short, but great trickery there. Almost a, I don't even want to call it a reverse, but a few handoffs, a few tosses, and Darien makes a great play. 3rd and 1 here. They'll hand it off to Caesar up the middle, and it's enough for the first. And maybe not, but I think momentum will give him that first down, and it does.
Yeah, Michael Smith tried to strip that ball out at the end, but Caesar already had the first down. His knee was most likely down as well.
And Caesar, obviously, such a talented running back. He's done a great job today with the carries that Coach Grant's given him. And we'll see that Shelton on the carry, brought down with some force. I believe that was number 52, Walter Schmitz, with the tackle. What a play by him.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Rams defensive line this whole game has just been so dominant. Front seven alone, I think it's just given the Rams the spark, and then you throw in the secondary on top of that. New Canaan, one of the best defenses in the entire state, if not the best.
I can't tell if Coach Marinelli's excited or upset.
Looked like he was waving his hands in the air at his guys, so not sure who called timeout. So looks like from our sources that Darien will call the timeout late in this game.
And we'll see how this game's going so far as it ticks down. A minute 12 seconds. Bomb squad getting antsy to rush the field for New Canaan. Obviously the blackout, a great theme. And if New Canaan comes away with this one, it will be their 6th Turkey Bowl victory in a row. Almost approaching on that mark of 2 high school generations. And Tom will take this one directly. He's in for the touchdown. A great play by him. And, you know, this game, Darien did a great job in the second half of limiting defensively the Rams offense and just making sure they stick to a field goal. And Darien's obviously going to have 17 on the board here, 17-31. So even though New Canaan kind of took this one away, Darien kind of did their best to come back, and it just unfortunately won't be enough.
Yeah, Charlie Tom has probably been the Darien player of the game. I mean, he's just moved the ball around so much and then putting up touchdown here.
Anson Sikora, 100% for field goals, 3 out of 3 this season, 19-19 extra points. And once again, that one, no surprises there. It's good, and he could be a first-team All-FCIAC, All-State kicker with the kind of stats that he has.
Yeah, 48 total points. You gotta imagine the over is hit. I mean, we all had some pretty low scoring predictions here. 31-17, a lot more offense than we thought.
Yeah, I think the offensive production, especially on the New Canaan side, really drove it early on. I mean, right from the get-go, the first play of the entire game, Alex Benevento kick return touchdown, and right there we knew we were going to be in for a ride.
We'll see what Darien does on this kickoff. Probably won't kick it back to Benevento, but you never know. And maybe Cooper Smith makes a big play too. We wind down, 1 minute, 7 seconds left to play here. The temperature a little chilly.
Yeah, I mean, 1:07 left. If you're Darien, you got to imagine it has to be an onside kick here if you want any chance of getting this ball back.
And this game close to being over as the clock winds down. New Canaan comes out on top. And they'll bring, obviously it's going to be an onside kick attempt, so pretty much their whole return team out front with 1 man back in case, but this onside kick, highly anticipated, so we'll see what the players are going to be able to do. We'll see if Anson can get this one.
Hands team's got to be ready here.
And Michael Smith will just get it and go down. Textbook play by him. And that'll be the football game. The Rams are going to be able to kneel this one out. Darien has 2 timeouts, so we might have to wait for that. But depending on how Coach Grant wants to end out this game, New Canaan will go to 9-1 on the season. Darien to 7-3. Both teams set up in the state playoffs, obviously a lock. There is a chance they could meet in the first round, which would be remarkable. So we'll take a quick pause to run our socials. And this game almost over.
No
motion from Benevento, a toss to him to the outside, and he's got yards. A big hit delivered from Briggs McGuckin, 6-on-6 right there.
Well, a little surprised maybe not to see a knee down because you don't want to risk any injury.
And
57 seconds to go.
we will, after this game, be down to you guys on the field with a little closing halftime show and an interview with player of the game, who we will announce shortly.
Postgame.
my apologies, the post-game show. So as we near the end of this one, 57 seconds left on the clock. Darien takes their first timeout. So it looks like Darien's not going to try and, you know, stop the clock. They're just going to let this one go out because they just wasted the timeout. So we'll see. This Rams offensive unit comes on, and Alex Russi has the ball. They're going to make some plays here. 2nd and 5, 57 seconds. Obviously, it's going to be a run to Russi, and I guess the only question is what side. And he chooses the left side. There he goes. Taken down by number 71, Carter Hagan on the tackle. Not enough for the first down. Clock will continue to run out. Great sportsmanship there from number 54 on the Wave defensive, Johnny Fay. And with 50 seconds left, Darien takes their final timeout to prolong this game.
Yeah, we'll see. Coming up with this, 3rd and short right here, 50 seconds. Risk of passing the ball if it's incomplete, obviously. The clock stops, even though it probably won't matter too much, but maybe an RPO from New Canaan. That's what I'd probably be expecting. You have the option to run, but the pass could always be there just to seal the game up.
And the New Canaan student section is pretty much already taking the field here. Players antsy to get on. Got Luke Frame doing some stretches so he doesn't pull anything on the run in there at the front of the pack. So this New Canaan crowd very excited. A majority of people staying to watch the outcome of this one. So very excited to see New Canaan have that success that they've worked very hard for from a New Canaan community standpoint. And they're obviously looking for the hard count for a first down. If Coach Grant's calling the timeout, I think New Canaan wants to get a play out of it. So we'll see. They'll run it to Russi once again up the middle. It's enough for the first down, but it won't really matter. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought on Tucker for a final field goal, but I don't know about that call. I get what they're doing, but that looked like he was over, if not with the place he went down with the momentum he had in the beginning. So Coach Marinelli obviously upset, but I mean,
New Canaan's going to go home happy for Thanksgiving, a lot to celebrate, and that turkey's going to be tasting good later.
Right, and that is the 6th straight for Turkey Bowl 29. So as the clock winds down, 15 seconds. Now classing 10, Alex Russi, 2 attempts, 84 yards, 42-yard average. I believe that's just passing. So a timeout taken by New Canaan. The players on the field telling the student section to not take the field yet.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward situation with 7 seconds, 4th and 1. So we'll see what Coach Marinelli is just going to be telling his guys here.
Right, if you spike the ball, it's then Darien's ball. So what do you do?
Yeah, but as you mentioned, Greg, will be 6 straight turkey bowls for New Canaan. This dominance on Thanksgiving Day, and I think today we really just saw from all aspects of the team.
And the end of the game is near. 7.8 seconds left. New Canaan with the lead. We'll see what they'll do to waste out the clock, and looks like Russi will run it. It's enough for the first down.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is ball game. The New Canaan Rams are your 6th-time consecutive Turkey Bowl champions. As the student section takes the field, New Canaan remains victorious.
Dominant performance from the Rams today. We saw it, as I just mentioned, in all aspects: the offense, the defense, the special teams. Obviously, Alex Benevento, I'd give him the MVP of the game today. Just phenomenal from all aspects of the Rams.
Well, speaking of that, Alex Benevento is our player of the game for his performance. 3 touchdowns, a remarkable feat, a remarkable performance from him. Unlike anything other we can compare to, Alex Benevento is Alex Benevento.
Yeah, New Canaan really came out to play, and Alex Benevento led the charge. Of course, senior captain, very great leadership, and overall, it was just an amazing game for New Canaan. They really gelled well together, and overcame a very strong Darien team.
So as this game unfolds here, obviously you can see a lot of people on the field right now and a very large amount of New Canaan fans to show out, alumni taking the field. As you'll see shortly, families will begin to take the field. We'll be down on the field with a post-game show for you guys in a little bit, just a quick summary, and we're gonna look to get Alex Benevento on there to talk about him. Obviously our player of the game. I mean, what a performance by Alex. 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 1 got called back. So, you know, just a final word. Obviously, you know, the teams probably have to shake hands here. Liam, do you have anything to say about Darien today?
I think Darien, they just came in this game. They felt a little shy. I think they felt like a small fish in a big pond coming into Dunning Field. This New Canaan team dominant. State champions last year. They went 12-1. They beat them in the Turkey Bowl the past 5 years. So there's definitely a lot riding on it. And I think they just, like, their team wasn't clicking all the way. They were making the plays. They were moving the ball well, but New Canaan was making better offense. They were making better defense. Their special teams was on fire. Like, everything was looking good, and that's why New Canaan took a win today.
And we're going to wrap things up here from the booth. Guys, final score, 31-17. We'll be back in a few short moments after some sponsors with a post-game probably interview from Alex Benevento, but a post-game show just to sum things up. We'll be back. Thank you.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor, Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Channel 12 Sports presents high school football action. Today,
the 64th renewal of the football game between the Blue Wave of Darien and the New Canaan Rams. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Darien High School, and hope you're having a happy Thanksgiving. And Lou Marinelli just took a bag.
The 5, touchdown, New Canaan! He lost it! It's recovered by Christian Trefone! And it's over! This one is gonna be done!
Owen Shin hitting the hole, and he's gone for a touchdown.
Punt over the middle. Touchdown, New Canaan. And that ball is picked off by New Canaan.
Forward, Drake dropping back. He's headed for the end zone. This ball deep on the near side is falling incomplete. No time left. That will do it. New Canaan wins the Turkey Bowl 12-7.
It's over. Game is over. New Canaan wins the 28th Turkey Bowl.
And we are back to you down here on the sideline for a little bit of a post-game show. Right now, they're presenting the Jack Dempsey Award to Alex Benevento for the most valuable player in the Turkey Bowl 29. So obviously, Benevento's performance has been unlike no other today. He had 3 touchdowns and a 4th that got called back off a pick 6. If that pick 6 was successful, he would have been the first player in Turkey Bowl history to score a touchdown on offense, defense, and special teams. Liam, why don't you talk about Darien's performance today?
Yeah, Darien just really didn't have it today. I mean, overall, they played a good game on the offense and defensive side. They did really well. I mean, they were passing the ball well. I think they had more total yards than New Canaan in the end. But overall, this New Canaan defense just really overcame them, and the production wasn't there. So it'll be really interesting to see what they'll be able to bring next week into state playoffs. But overall, this New Canaan team did really well on the offense, defense, special teams, in every aspect of the football game.
I completely agree with you. Both teams, you know, kind of, Darien had that life of birth in the second half, but overall, New Canaan kind of took that one away, and that was their 6th Turkey Bowl win. I think that win was relatively expected from most people, I'd say, in the stadium. I know Darien fans, you got to pick your team, but New Canaan's had so much talent this season and so much energy, and they're looking to continue that into the state playoffs. Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at New Canaan, it's a quick turnaround, right? You can celebrate today, but then you got to really focus on the postseason. It's going to be a tough one to win it. Last year, obviously, you had some close games, but I'm just going to focus a little bit on today. It was just an all-around great performance. We mentioned offense, defense, special teams. Benevento, hat trick of touchdowns, almost had the fourth. I think today, especially if you had Luke Robinson, guys like Alex Russi, everyone just had a phenomenal game today.
Obviously, in a short moment, we'll have Alex Benevento on, star player of today's game, star player of the season for the Rams. And if he wasn't hurt last season, I think he would have been the star of last season. He's just such an amazing athlete. So before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about, how the game went start to finish. So obviously the first quarter, the Rams pulled ahead, and here's Alex Benevento, star of the game. I don't know about that guy. Alex, we'll have you in here, Let me ask you a question. How does it feel to be the best player in Connecticut high school football?
Gray, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's a lot of really good people out there. I mean, I think this was more of a team effort. I mean, I just kind of was able to fill the holes that were given for me by my offensive linemen, my linebackers, but thank you.
Alex, you did an amazing job today, 3 touchdowns, and if that pick 6 didn't get called back, you would have been the first player in Turkey Bowl history to score a touchdown on both offense, defense, and special teams. Obviously, Jack Dempsey Award recipient. That's such a special thing to have. What does New Canaan football mean to you and the success you've had over the years?
I mean, really, it's just been everything. It's, football is just such a great sport in terms of helping you grow and learn with character and everything. I mean, the bonds that I've made with my teammates behind us, I mean, it's things that you take with you for the rest of your life. So, I mean, honestly, it's just such a special day, and it's really special.
And earlier this season, I had you on the Rams Club show, and, we talked about what you're looking forward to for the season, and you're such a humble, well-spoken person, and you love your teammates, and you got guys chanting MVP. The team loves you. The community loves you. Thank you for your performance today. From the bottom of our hearts, Alex, great game. Great game.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Good job, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, congrats on the win.
Celebrating tonight.
It's awesome. Everyone here at New Canaan High School, Dunning Stadium, is loving the energy. Alex Benevento, as we just spoke on, one of the most humble, well-spoken men in this community. He's an amazing guy. He did a great job today, 3 touchdowns for the Rams, and he's still talking about a team victory and taking away from that. But he is, in my opinion, without a doubt, the best player in Connecticut high school football as of right now. He's been doing a great job all season. He's the go-to guy to score touchdowns. He's an offensive, defensive, special teams expert. Every time the ball's in his hands, he's just doing something remarkable. So let's talk about some other key contributors today. In my mind, you had the Alex Benevento. You also had the Cooper Smith filling in for that prior extra carries. And Cooper Smith did a great job all day with the carries, with the receptions, with those plays. And, Luke Robinson was able to make that connection with him and the handoff. And then, obviously, Alex Russi took some touches. Who'd you have on Darien?
Yeah, I think for Darien, obviously the MVP award for Darien went to Charlie Tom. He got the touchdown for them. But I think this whole Darien team, they did really well on some aspects of the game, but other parts just weren't there. I think their defense overall was there. They were making the plays, they were making the stops, but this New Canaan team, again, was all over the place. They were making the offensive plays, and then overall the defensive plays were again there. I mean, the special teams touchdown from Alex Benevento, I think really set the tone, and I think that's what overall led New Canaan to how well they did. Benevento making that 90, 80-yard kick return touchdown set the tone for that Darien sideline, knowing, oh wait, this New Canaan team came to play at Dunning, and where are we?
And there is so much talent on this field, Ryan. From the Rams, who'd you like in today's game?
Yeah, I mean, I think someone that doesn't get enough credit's got to be Andrew Esposito, right? The sophomore wide receiver made some great grabs. We saw a nice back shoulder catch that he had. Also the one that vertical. I mean, it looked like he was dunking the basketball on the hardwood. I think Esposito, being a sophomore, still has 2 more years left. He's going to be a star for the rest of his career at New Canaan.
And obviously, kicker Tucker Stevens, 2 years at New Canaan High School, and obviously if he returns next year, 2 years at New Canaan High School. So Darien, New Canaan for both years. So in a second, we'll take a look at the highlights package from today's game, but Tucker Stevens, first player in Turkey Bowl history to score a point for both teams, a remarkable thing. Obviously, public schools transfers are very rare, so it's really incredible that the New Canaan community was able to welcome him in, and obviously Darien has a great kicker too. So, everything just went well today for the Rams, but any closing thoughts from you guys before we roll the highlights?
Yeah, I think overall, this Darien team, I think today was a good breeding ground. I mean, they had some tough opponents this year, the Greenwich Cardinals. They played tough against the Wilton Warriors. Those were their 2 losses, and then this one. So that brings them to 7-3. So next week, come state playoff time, I think they're going to make some heavy adjustments in practice and really try to focus on the run game and make the passes when they need to, because I think the offense was the main part they need to work on. The defense was there, but the offense is something they have to work on.
And obviously 9-1, you're seeing the highlights of today's game here. New Canaan played an amazing football game. Coach Marinelli did everything he wanted to, and obviously, you know, a lot of trickery, which is something you always see with New Canaan. But especially, you got to pull out all the cards in the Turkey Bowl game. There's so many eyes on this game. There's so much attention to this game, and it's just a remarkable experience for everyone involved, regardless of the result. Ryan, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, 3 words. Rams are rolling, right? I mean, just a great performance. You mentioned the play calling. I think offensive coordinator, you know, Jimmy Nugent, I think he deserves a lot of that, right? First year as the offense coordinator after, you know, Dan Farina left to go to Newtown. And I think he's been doing a fantastic job, right? You lose the first game, but these past 9, the Rams have just looked spectacular.
And we're going to close out here. Myself, Greg Tomasco to my right, Liam Tomaszewski to my left, Ryan Bell. We were in the call. We were on the ground. Very busy day to us. A special thank you to all the crew who helped out with this production. 20 plus hours of work per crew member, over 20 people to make this game happen. And special thank you to Anav Sahay on the TriCaster, the main producer, Andrew Mank behind the camera right now, and Roman Sobolski and Damian Andrews. So just special people make special things happen, and it was amazing to make this broadcast happen. So just again, a special thank you to everyone who helped out, and happy Thanksgiving. Signing off. Thank you.